man. Thanks for listening. Go fuck yourself. Ellis. Red the Dragon, Night Danger, Canada, Uncircumcised, Philanthropy, Stupid Stuff, Supercross, Pain, Nipple, Machete, Fashion, A Scintillating Bloodbath, Elation, Fury, Evil, Cannabis, Interesting Thing, Awesome, Radio. Ready, brother? Keep your mouth shut. Baby. Baby, baby, I'm trying to beat my butt. Michael Tully. Well, puke on my dick. Andrew Cruz. I have a giant. Kevin Kraft. I swear I am normally a very gassy man. And Will Pendarvis. Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis. Live from Hollywood. This is the Jason Ellis Show.
Ooh! Welcome to the show, everybody. Listen to this. Did you know that... Here's my theory. Japanese people are super ancient. And I believe that Japanese people, out of all the people that are human on the planet, believe that when you die, you go to an afterlife. Because somebody... When they were making those swords, somebody said some smart shit. Somebody knows some shit. They know they're going to go somewhere else. They know this life is not their last life. And that's why they're not, like, super over-the-top happy all the time. They're sort of, like, thinking about that every now and then. This is my theory. But then my theory is shattered because my co-host had sex with the Japanese lady and made her half Japanese, so they're, like, letting white people in. But maybe they're trying to teach Michael that he's going to be a ghost. Michael?
They are in a way. Yeah, they are trying to teach me that. I don't know if that's Japan. There's zero objective proof to demonstrate that fact.
There you go, speaking facts again. Ah, God damn it, Andrew!
All it would take.
No internet.
All it would take is, and I know, God, heaven knows, everybody knows all the answers to everybody's objections to their objections, but all it would take is God showing up one time in the sky, not 3,000 years ago, and going, "Hey, everybody, God here. It's all true. Be cool down there, or else you don't get into the after party."
You think people would listen to that?
Yes.
Right.
I think that would fundamentally change life on Earth as we know it. God damn it would. Oh my God, yeah. What about if you could see heaven, like through the Hubble telescope? Like there's Venus and there's Mars and there's heaven. And what about if when volcanoes opened in Hawaii, you could see hell? And people were like, "Oh, it's even hotter than I thought it would be!"
Man, I'm glad you brought up volcanoes, because I was watching volcanoes. I watched a documentary on volcanoes, Michael, because as you know, I have to rent a Lamborghini because the world's going to explode.
You're very preoccupied with these volcanoes.
Well, now I know more about, because, Michael, if you're going to worry about things or you're going to talk about things, you need to understand them.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be fearful of things because you don't understand them.
Agreed.
So I am trying to understand, what is a volcano? What is going on with the Earth's crust? What is inside the Earth? As a guy that's just like, show me your tits, blow me, skateboard, jump, fire, I never asked these questions. But last night I did. And the answer is, holy shit, man, we're fucking floating on boiling magma all day. I don't get it.
All day, every day.
I don't get how we're alive.
There are so many things that if you really stop and think about them, floating on magma, circling at 20,000 miles an hour while also circling the sun in space.
Yeah.
I think I successfully explained the concept of a light year to my 6-year-old son.
Good for you.
I think he's got the idea. And then we looked it up, and the Hubble telescope, I think it's the Hubble, can see billions of light years. Do you remember what a light year means?
No.
A light year is it's not a year. It's not a measure of time. It's a measure of distance.
Yeah.
A light year is the amount of distance light travels in 1 year.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, like, I think light from the sun takes 8 minutes to
Ooh,
get here.
Nice.
So that's pretty far.
Yeah.
And that's 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm doing the exact same thing I did with my kid. Now imagine how far that light would go over the course of a year.
Right. That's
So
very far.
We have a telescope that can see billions of light years.
Yeah.
And we still have not found any clear evidence of life, much less intelligent life, in the universe.
Right.
Really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Actually, a pretty strong little tidbit of evidence for we must be here for a reason. Because God, we've seen really far, and we're the only ones here, as far as we know so far.
You keep saying God a lot.
I do.
What's going on?
Just a verbal crutch.
Japanese? Is that your Japanese God that you're talking about? Though it's not. It's not Jesus. It's like you're just talking about spiritual floaty people.
There are spiritual floaty people in my house. That's
Yeah.
like an active part of our home. There we have my mother-in-law is living with us, and so we have like little, for lack of a better word, shrines to a couple of their family members, and they put out like a little bowl of rice for them and light some incense for them. And
Does anyone ever eat the rice?
no, nobody eats the rice.
Right.
And you talk to them, and
that's
so
real.
they are. It's a very active daily sense of course, our deceased family members are here and here among us.
Right.
Didn't make it right or wrong, but it's not some like distant, grandma's in a better place right now thing. It's like, no, they're here. They can see us. They know what we're doing. It's a nice way to live, whether it's true or not.
It's very respectful.
It's very respectful, right? Because what you're doing is you're keeping the memory of that person really alive.
Yeah.
Really alive. I like it. It doesn't matter if it's hogwash or spot on. It's just cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you did die and you were in a Japanese family, then your friends would talk to you and give you rice.
Yeah.
But if you're in an American family, you're just in the bushes by yourself.
I think that there
Or
are...
do you think you just get to hang out and watch your family? And you're like, man, I wish they'd give me a fucking bowl of rice and try to have a combo. But I guess,
Right.
do I really need a combo? It's kind of like watching you on Instagram.
You
I
might
see what
like
you're
it.
up to.
Yeah, you might like it.
Yeah.
You might not care. Like, it's entirely possible that people's spirits live on after they die, but not in the way that Japanese people assume. So, sure, they're out there, but they can't see that you're lighting incense and leaving them rice. So, what you're doing is once again, it's really just for you. It's not for them.
Yeah. It's got to be... It's probably... I feel like it's a good way to... I'm not actually sure if it's a good way or not, but to talk to your loved ones after they die, I guess that would help you come to terms with it.
Yeah.
And I guess white people don't do that, so it would be harder to come to terms with it.
I think there are many people who do. I think it's a little bit
It's
more...
scary to do that.
I think it's a little bit more of a daily thing in some cultures. Like when I was in Bali, they do a really beautiful thing where they think there's all these like street spirits and stuff. So when you walk down the street during the day, there's these little like bowls made out of palm leaves.
Yeah.
That people will just like put some crackers in and maybe put a cigarette in. And that's the idea, that you're kind of just hooking those people up. It's a little bit more superstitious. If I remember correctly, it's more like they'll fuck with us if we don't take care of them, kind of thing. But look, there's plenty of people listening right now, I have no doubt, who, even if they're not religious, still talk to deceased, relatives. Or there's people, I have relatives who would have a picture on the wall of their, departed mom or something like that, who might like touch it every day on their way out the door. So, it's not like people don't do this. It's just not, we don't have like a straight up custom that like all Americans do for or all Christians do for their dead people. We're a little bit more of the, like, my family are
Catholics, Irish people,
Yeah,
white people, old.
they're more grave visitors.
Okay. Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty fucking gnarly too.
It's great.
I don't like going.
They
I
go-
hated going when I was a kid. I did not like going seeing grandma. I don't like it. I didn't like it.
I didn't. It was pretty boring for me when I was a child,
I
but
did not have fun.
I think it's one of the least fun places
Yeah.
on Earth.
Yeah, it really bums me
A
out.
cemetery.
Yeah. It's even
Yeah.
when you first go in there, and sometimes in Australia they got like pretty gardens and shit, but still a total bummer. Just like, oh cool, look at all these dead people. You're like, that's the person I loved. And then you look and you're like, oh wow, everybody's dead in here.
Once I got the mental notion and image that if everybody is buried the same depth, like 6 feet under or whatever it is, then when I'm looking at this field full of headstones, that means exactly 6 feet underground. It's just like corpse, corpse, corpse,
Yeah.
corpse, corpse,
Yep.
corpse. And that I didn't care for that visual.
I know. I do care for that visual because it's metal.
Yeah.
That's a super metal visual.
I can see that.
Yeah. And I think I might turn things into metal to save me from personalizing it. Maybe. And being, like that's my, blood and guts. But, really, real blood and guts of a personal, is terrifying. But I gotta...
Yeah, I understand.
Some weird bullshit.
I wouldn't want to... When I was a kid, I remember the first time I was apartment hunting with my friend, we chose not to live in an apartment that was across the street from a cemetery.
Because you knew someone... Oh, wow. Even when you were kids.
We were 18.
I would have figured when you were a kid, you wouldn't give two shits.
No. That wasn't the reason why we didn't take it. We liked another place better, but I know that in my mind, that was not my ideal view out of my front window.
Okay.
Just out of all the things I could pick, I wasn't really into it. And now I think as an adult, I don't want to... I'm morbid enough as it is, and people who listen to the show know how often I'll turn conversations to, well, we're only going to be around so many more years.
Is that really morbid?
I think to be fixated on death is like the definition of morbid.
Yeah, you're not fixing it. You're just...
I kind of am.
Really?
Characterized...
I was thinking you're kind of like a...
Okay, I guess it's not exactly...
realist.
Characterized, well, that's what all cynics say they are.
Oh.
Characterized by or appealing to an abnormal and unhealthy interest in disturbing and unpleasant subjects, especially death and disease. Yeah, my dad is a morbid person, and it used to bum me out that he was that way, and now I have become my father in that way. And I told you one time there was some fucking comet coming that comes every 30 years. I'm like, oh, did you hear that comet's coming? And he's like, yep, I'll never see that again. And I was like, wow, just everything goes there with you, doesn't it? And now that is what I do as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not... Yeah, you don't need to live next to a... Okay, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, it's front and center enough. I'm reading a book about dying, because that's the kind of guy I am.
Yeah.
And it's called Every Third Thought. And it's this guy...
Is it an old guy that died?
It's a guy who I think had a stroke very young, 40 or something.
Yeah.
And he's been fine for a while, and now he's in his 60s, and he's starting to age, and I think he's maybe aging in a more accelerated kind of way because of the residual stroke shit. And the book is about how do you plan for it? How do you make sense of life when you can feel the end approaching? And yeah, the title of the book is you get to a point where every third thought is... oh, maybe I'll have a sandwich for lunch. Oh, look, the bird feeder needs to be refilled. I'm going to die someday.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a bit the way I am.
Oh, wow.
I will probably seek professional counseling for this at some point.
Yeah, that's not a good way to...
No.
Yeah.
No, it isn't. That's not ruining my day, but it's...
No, I know, but still...
something I would like to get rid of.
Yeah, you don't need that.
No.
You don't need to run those things through your head in the small amount of time you...
No.
When you're about to croak it, have a good think about it then.
Yeah.
Right now, I'll be pumped on it.
I know.
Yeah. No, I did one that I caught one this morning out of the shower where I was like, hey, what? We don't need to. That's not even real. So let's just not run that one through our head and think about the day, putting our fucking boxer shorts on and doing stuff. There's no need to have that because I don't know how it happened, Michael, but I was drying myself out of the shower, and then all of a sudden I was running a real bad scenario through my head of just, life and how bad things could get. I'm like, what? It couldn't be better. Why would you do that? What's wrong with you?
To me, it's not. I love life. I really enjoy...
You should do a buckshot.
You still...
I swear to God, dude, my dick is out of control. And it's way bigger. If I ever get on the Stern Show... What happened to Stern Show? They went into Plug-O War. No.
Really? What'd they say?
They didn't respond. They better not do Plug-O War a week later. No response?
No, I can hit up all three of them again that were my contacts. But yeah, we'll see. Come on, guys. Plug-O War.
Kevin?
It's a delightful pun, if nothing else.
Is that like them to not enjoy Plug-O War? What about a boner?
It will be hard getting it in, you're right.
What about a boner-thon where you gotta tie a stick to your dick and who can get a boner and raise the stick off the ground?
Have they done dick weightlifting?
The dick lift.
Owner of a lonely boner?
With the people's champ. king of all pouches, Jason Ellis. I challenge all of them. I challenge anybody on the Stern Show to a boner off. To a bone up. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, I just made that up. It's probably bad. I'm probably never going to get on there again. But if I did, I would take a buckshot. Because it's been 3 days, Michael. Mm-hmm. And now just my casual, like, walking around one. It's just... It's what you would do if you were going to go on the Stern Show and you had your dick out. I don't have a boner, but it's just like a... I don't know, man.
I know that feeling.
Stuff is crazy. I'm just jacked. I've got huge balls as well. Like, bigger balls. Everything's just way bigger.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, maybe I'll pick a spot and try that out.
Yeah. It's organic, Michael.
Can't be bad. Nothing.
Nothing
from the earth is bad.
Right. I lived through it, and yeah, look out.
I'm sure it's fine.
I don't think anyone's died from it, so I'm backing it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not prepared to say that anybody should be living on it 24/7. Perhaps they should. I don't know.
But I don't really want to bring it up anymore because if I do have to go to the bonathon, I mean, that's going to be my secret thing.
Yeah, you've already said too much. Are you going to get stem cell this week?
Yeah, I'm getting stem cell on Friday.
That's cool.
It's probably the coolest thing ever. Probably a little bit painful, but it's probably very, very cool. So yeah, on Thursday I'm going to fly to Dallas, and then I'm not exactly sure how the procedure goes, but I think they drill some stuff out, from what I know, is out of the back of your hip. Like your sort of, it's weird because it's not really your hip, but like your pelvis kind of, and they take the stuff out of the bone. And then they're going to inject it into my side of my groin in my hip, and then into my left knee, and then I don't know, in a few months, then Bob's will be my uncle, and I'll be doing sprints. Look at me running around, or I might just be like, no, don't touch me.
That's what I would do.
I know, but I feel like you think I'll be all right by Ellismania, Andrew? Oh.
It's been 3 weeks on both my knees.
Oh.
You should be fine, and I get to go in for BRP on Monday.
Woo!
You feel good?
Yeah.
You got to be pumped on that.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
I'm going to go try to done tonight.
Wow, you're on fire. I looked at all the fights last night that everybody sent in. I can tell that there's a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of great videos of some competitors that are very, very untrained, and I gotta respect people that just send their shit in that are completely untrained. Like, people are shadow boxing and they don't know how to shadow box. There's a couple of big guys. For the first time ever, the musical chair heavyweight fight is a lock. Everybody's in. There's 10 guys, and they're all gigantic. They're all over 6 feet and 250-pound people. Barely anybody can fight, which is why I took somebody out of that fight who would be just a little too good, and that is, remember Sasquatch and Yeti in Canada, Michael?
I do, yeah.
Remember how they just went for 3 rounds? I think they went a 4th round where they just banged each other in the head and made it through?
Sounds about right.
So the winner of that fight, or the guy that I know, that is, man, I forgot his name right now, fuck. Anyway, Sasquatch is how we need a Yeti. So I would say if you're in the 250-pound over the 6 foot weight class, who can put on a scrap. Sasquatch does not play. You know what I mean? Like, he's not trained. He's home trained. He hits the heavy bag, but he's a big boy.
Country strong.
He's spot on. He's country strong. So,
I love that phrase.
I'm so spot on for this guy. Like, he's like, it's one of those things where we didn't know, but when he was fighting in Canada and getting punched, we knew he wasn't getting hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this fight could go 10 rounds. I'm a little worried about their heart if it went 10 rounds, but their face just didn't seem to be bothered that much. So I'm going to give him his own fight. I think that it just, Ellismania, Sasquatch versus Yeti, it just makes sense. You hear that, and you think to yourself, you're having a couple of beers, you're in Vegas, and you hear Sasquatch versus Yeti, you're there. So if there's a badass, send your video in, ellismania15@gmail. Ryan Keely is a professional, what do you call it without saying porn star?
Adult entertainer?
She's an adult entertainer. And we need to know if she wants the strip fight, because we're going to bring the strip fight back. Only... Oh, she's on the phone. Ryan?
Yeah, what's up?
How you doing?
Good.
You always sound so sexy. You have like a weird, don't get this twisted, but it's like a female Rod Stewart thing. You got like a raspy thing. It's very
I
sexy.
am naked and in my bed, so I mean, you're not wrong.
Wow, that works. So I guess did you hear what I said? Because I'm trying to get all these fights. Ellismania has to be like all the fights that are the best fights, and then really I just sort of replace people we had one of the bigger fights ever was the strip fight where girls fought for 1 minute, and then the judges judged the round every round, and whoever lost that round has to take an item of clothing off, and you get the clothing you have in the end is pasties and a G-string.
Okay.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that you get down to that. But more than likely, just know this, because I'm one of the judges, it probably will get down to that, and then you'll be punching this other person. But you train, you've put in a little bit of work, and I think that you're a more powerful porn star than your average bear. And I don't want to just have I had one.
Last Ellismania was my first fight ever. I'd never been in a fight before.
Right, but you still. I don't know. There's another porn star that reached out that wanted to be in a fight, and I was like, she can't fight you because you're just too big. She's like she's like this little Asian girl. I can't remember her name, but she's gonna go in the musical chair fight because everybody in the musical chair fight is 5'5", stuff like that. Yeah, tiny people. So I just think that it'll be better. I want a girl that is evenly sized with an even background. You've got big booby. The whole you guys having a real fight is what I want to pull off. So if there's anybody that you know of,
I keep trying, and apparently I'm incredibly intimidating. And Dana the Armist has already said no.
yeah, I don't blame her.
But she's not a fighter.
Smart, really. You'll kill her.
What?
You would kill Dana D'Armand. I know you would.
We're just so soft.
I know, but you're very
She's soft.
full of beans. You're full of beans. You're very, very excited about stuff. She is mean. I'll give you that, but it's more of a
She's
text
more of
messaging.
a mean talker than a mean
Yep.
fighter.
Yep. So you don't have anybody yet, right?
No one yet. There's a couple girls that I'm trying to get in contact with that I don't know that well. But
All right. Well, can I get your height and your weight so that there's people listening? If there's a girl out there that is the right size, who knows the show, we know, and I can trust them to be a worthy opponent, then you can send an email in, and the winner of this fight wins money, ladies. So if you're listening, yes, we're all going to have fun, but for the first time ever, Ellismania winners will get a check.
that's really exciting. No belts this time?
Oh, you get a belt too? Yeah, no, you get a belt and a check. Sorry, I didn't mention. Sorry, you really want the belt, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
5'8", like 145. So I'll probably be around between 140 and 145 by fight time.
Okay. All right, so there's that. If you're 5'8", around 140, and you have minimal boxing experience, I think Ryan's been training for a couple months now, right? Off and on?
No, I haven't been training at all since the last Ellismania.
Oh, you just gave up again?
Nothing but Pilates.
Good for you. All right, well then, if anybody does a lot of Pilates and wants a piece of Ryan, remember this fight in the end is going to be G-string and pasties. So you want to be kind of ready to fight, but also look good when you're semi-naked.
They don't look good. I'm not mad at that. That's funny.
Right. Well, you're not the boss of this. I am. I want them to be cute.
Are you are you still filming, Ryan? I seem to recall you're doing a lot of like MILF kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm America's favorite stepmom.
See, that's the thing. I would love to see you beat up your stepdaughter.
God, you're such a sick fuck, Michael, but I love it.
Yeah, the incest fight.
Oh, wait, now. Oh, God,
We don't have to
wait.
call it that.
Right. No, you can't. No, that's hard. Let's call it. Yeah. Fuck, that's a really good name for it. But no, you can't do that. But yeah, we could. Let you talk to more girls. I'll talk to girls. We're going to make it happen, all right? It is August 25th is the fight night. The day before The radio show will be at the Hard Rock by the pool. Potentially we'll be in the parking lot after that with a tricycle race, but right now it'll be the radio show by the pool on Friday with Dr. Drew Pensky. I got a confirmation that Dr. Drew will be singing the anthem there on Saturday. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big weekend.
Well, I'm 100% there. I'm going to tell my agent that I'm not available to have sex for my
Unless there's somebody there that wants to hire, the Hard Rock has great rooms. But thanks for being a part of it, Ryan.
Thanks so much.
All right, I'll talk to you soon. She is Ryan Keely in her bed naked. That's what she said. Yep. Ryan Keely.
Just pillow talk.
Female fighters. Here's the other one. Female fighters for the music last year against Chantenay, and she's just too good. And I watch her train now on Instagram. She trains even more, so she's even better. And I thought about putting her in the piñata fight, defending the piñata.
Sure.
I mean,
Why not?
as long as the guys...
Suck.
Well, I already picked a couple of guys, and some of them are big. I would just sort of think, like, if you're a big guy, then you would come at me and Eddie, and you would leave Jen alone.
Yeah.
And then the person that I pick for Jen is either a girl or, like, she beats up dudes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's tons of dudes that I don't think could get the piñata past her.
If you think you're that wimp.
So I'm only, if anybody thinks that that's a really bad idea, especially Jen, you can go ahead and tell me, and I'll put somebody else in there. But I thought it'd be funny, as long as nobody punched, as long as Kit Cope doesn't knock out Jen. But I don't think Kit's going to be in it, so I think we'll be safe. So that's it there. Ellismania15@gmail.com. All right.
All right.
What else we got?
It appears, based on her Instagram, that Brigitte Nielsen
Oh, whoa, wait. You can have a baby when you're 60?
is planning to become a mother for, I think, the 4th time at the age of 54.
Oh, okay. That used to be hard to do, right?
It's still not easy.
Is that from an actual penis?
I have no...
Or was that like some sort of, scientists reached into her womb?
I don't know. Somebody just sent this to me. I didn't even see this before the show. Although, well, it appears she posted it 2 days ago. It's the first I'm hearing of it. Assuming it is real, which I have no reason to doubt.
Yeah.
I think the older a woman is, the more I suspect or assume that some sort of medical assistance was provided.
Yeah.
But it can happen. Anything can happen.
Yeah. So, is that the oldest mum in the world?
I do not believe so. I believe somebody has hit 60.
But it's up there, though, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. 50 used to be unimaginable. There's always going to be some story of some lady in some remote village in Russia or
Right.
India where they can verify it. I mean, there's fucking billions of people out there. Crazy shit happens. Somebody has a baby when they're fucking 7 years old. Somebody has a baby when
Oh
they're
my
7 years
god.
old.
Andrew just put 66. Wait, does that mean 67?
It's just a couple days short.
Wait, did she die? Like immediately after?
How is she doing? How is she doing now if she is still doing? Because this was in 2005.
Yeah. She's
And that
gone now,
was-
right?
And that was in vitro.
What's in vitro mean, Michael?
That she died 4 years later. A doctor gave her in vitro fertilization, and then she died with a 4-year-old child.
2 4-year-old children.
She died when the kids were 2.5 years old.
Oh, God.
She had them in 2007 and died in 2009.
They killed her. Well, after 2 years, after they sapped her of her last titty
Life
milk
force,
nutrient.
yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
She was a outspoken advocate for elder mothers.
Well, you proved us wrong, Maria del
Yeah.
Carmen Busada
Yeah.
de Laura.
You fucking testicle sack squirting out babies.
It's irresponsible.
It is irresponsible, Michael.
When 70-year-old guys have children, and it's more irresponsible when 70-year-old women do. I said it.
She said her mother lived to age 101, so she expected.
Yeah, but she didn't. It's because she didn't have twins when she was 70.
You know,
That's.
do you know how you make God laugh, Andrew?
How is that?
You make a plan. She was planning to live to be 100 years old.
I think that's very funny.
I have no idea why I felt the need to do that.
I just enjoyed that so much, though. It's so true.
Speaking of ladies living on the edge,
Yeah,
a
love it when women live on the edge.
Kiwi lady, a 36-year-old
Yes, that's where my mum's from.
of acceptable birthing age.
Okay, well, right.
She's not a mom though. I don't think so. She's traveling the world, and she went to Joshua Tree.
Is that where all the trees are?
Yes, that's where the only place you'll find Joshua trees.
Right. Are they real big?
Not humongous.
Do they all hang out together or something?
They do.
Right. Do they cause oxygen on the planet or something?
I'm sure they contribute some oxygen, just like every other.
Well, hell yeah, those guys. Thanks, trees.
Yeah, they're cool and they're weird, and they're out by Palm Springs. And this woman was taking a little hike and clearing her head, and was Instagramming about how wonderful it was for her spirit.
Did she find gay men having sex?
Maybe that is what caused her to fall and to break her pelvis.
Oh, man, a pelvis. Good audio of her slamming.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad that we did not have that audio at the time, because she broke her pelvis when she fell and was unable to move for 4 days.
Woo! 4 days. She would have been thirsty, Michael.
That is why she drank her own urine.
Yeah. Wait.
Nobody could hear me scream. I would have died by the weekend. I cannot believe I am alive. She said it was very warm during the day and very cold at night. And during the day, all she could do was drink her own pee and hold her shirt up over her eyes to shield herself, because the sun is brutal.
Yeah. How old is she?
She's 36.
Man. And then what? Somebody just found her?
A rescue helicopter, I think, was looking for her, because she Instagrammed a lot of stuff of, look at me with the trees, and there's a representative shot of look at me with the trees. And her mom, wherever her mom was, I don't think in America, noticed that she hadn't on Instagram for 4 days and was starting to fear the worst. And so I think they sent out a rescue helicopter, and she waved it down with her shirt or whatever.
Wow.
And and she said she wouldn't have lasted much longer. And she says the worst part was not drinking her own urine. She said it tasted like really bad flat beer. It is not pleasant, but it is not the worst thing.
What was the worst thing?
No, I think the worst part was breaking her pelvis and laying there in agony thinking she was going to die.
Right, okay. I see that.
Yeah. That's bad.
Yeah. That's a bummer. But she lived.
She lived.
There it is, people. Never give up. Drink your piss.
Worst comes to worst.
Is that it?
On her, yeah.
Yeah.
A woman flying on Southwest.
That's a great airline, Michael. Everybody's doing that.
One of the best. That's why, yeah.
It's very cheap.
One of the cheapest and also one of the best. I don't know how they do it.
No, but they do every time.
She alleges pretty credibly that the man sitting next to her on her flight was masturbating to an iPad with the sound up.
Yeah, that's insane. He should be stabbed in the neck, casino style, with the pen. You know what I'm saying?
So, all I know is that she alerted the airline about it. I have to think that she had Wi-Fi and she was using Twitter. She said that she did not feel comfortable telling the flight attendants what was going on with the person next to her, and I guess did not feel comfortable having to walk past him to get out of her seat.
Yeah.
So she spent an entire flight from Las Vegas to Philadelphia, and she said that the guy 2 times by her count finished into
oh my God.
a cocktail napkin and gave it to the flight attendants to throw away.
What?
And they're like, well, can you say something? And she said, I don't feel comfortable saying anything because that would put me at risk.
Yeah, I mean, she was trapped in there. He's there. How's she going to get out? I can see how she'd be scared, Michael, to say something. That's terrifying. You disagree, don't you? You think she's lying?
Well, none of us
you
were.
do.
None of us were. No, I don't think she's lying. No, I don't think she's lying. I am surprised that an adult human being. Again, I don't know this lady. I don't know the situation. I don't know the guy next to her. But I feel like most people would be assertive enough to say either stop jerking off, or when the flight attendant comes, you see what this guy is doing. Get this fucking maniac away from me.
Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying, Michael, but I also see a person out there that could be completely locked up by that and just terrified the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And not being able to say, excuse me, flight attendant, but this man is jerking his penis off. I could see some people just so shocked that they couldn't do anything.
And that's what happened. So via Twitter, Southwest told her that if she didn't want to report it at the time, she should speak with a crew member after the flight landed, and she responded, fine, I will stay aboard until everyone else gets off the flight, continuing the torture, because that is exactly what someone who is being assaulted like this wants to do.
Well, wait, she was tweeting with them while it was happening.
Yeah. Now, why they could not contact, I don't know, I guess Southwest Twitter can't contact their flight attendants?
They responded to her while she was on the plane.
Yeah.
Oh my God. In a kind of mean way. Or no?
Is it mean to say, I mean, I don't know how their Twitter account...
Did she wait until the plane landed and then notified somebody?
I think...
After he left?
Okay, so she says that upon landing, she waited in her seat to speak with the crew. The alleged masturbator waited a little while as well, then patted her on the head and said, hope you enjoyed the show.
Oh! Oh!
She says she spoke with the plane's crew, who referred her to a local supervisor who offered her a dinner voucher.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man.
You
Sometimes...
can't offer somebody a dinner voucher for that.
And I'll tell you why. Because they're usually only $7, and if you've ever bought anything in an airport, you can barely even get hummus.
Dude, you can't give... If you compensate, that means that you are agreeing that something bad happened. And her bad thing was a man came 2 times next to her and then patted her on the head.
There's no way your staff working on this flight hasn't witnessed what's been happening, she said. I'm assuming also on Twitter.
Oh, wow. Look, I'm... I don't know if it's true, because I just think that people do crazy stuff. I think there's people out there that would do that.
Oh, my hunch is that she did not invent this.
Yeah,
Instant.
right? Which is terrifying to know that that is out there. Mm-hmm. How dare you, sir? How dare you? And, what happened to, I don't know, where's the men? Where chivalry, Yeah. Where's, if you see something there, or, I don't know. It's insane.
I can't imagine that. It's just hard for me to put these pieces together in a way that makes sense. She says on an iPad with audio, with no headphones. And yet somehow nobody at all around noticed that? That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't imagine that somebody doesn't go to the flight attendant. I'm not a confrontational kind of person, but I am immediately going to a flight attendant.
I know, but that's you, dude. That's I feel like that's.
I feel like many people.
I agree.
No, I'm not talking about if I'm the person who's sitting on the window and the masturbator is on the aisle. I'm saying if I'm the next row over or a row behind or something like that, and somebody's just jerking off with the sound up on an iPad. Yeah, I'm for sure. I think most people are getting up and talking to a flight attendant about that.
Yep.
But I do see this as being symptomatic of. I'm not victim shaming or blah 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 blah. I don't know. I wasn't there. I just think in general, people have a hard time with basic confrontation nowadays.
Yep.
And I think that the less people, as people become more and more comfortable with breaking up relationships on text, people really are finding it hard to have cross words with people in public. I know. I mean, I feel that way. when I was at Disneyland with my kid the other day. We're getting on the tram to go at the end of the night. It's fucking 11:30 at night. My kid is a walking zombie, and there's there's just kind of like a mob of people waiting to get on the tram thing. So it's not an orderly line, but still, this couple of adults kind of just edged away ahead of us and got on the tram ahead of us. And I should have been like, "Fuck you, fuck yourself. You're here first. That's a pregnant lady with a child. Get the fuck off the tram."
Yeah.
And I didn't do that because there was room for my wife and my kid to have a seat with me getting edged out, and the guy came over and saw that I had gotten separated from my family, and he's like, "Oh, I'll find you a seat somewhere else." So I just went 2 rows over and I had a seat. But I should have said, "Fuck you, you cut us."
Yeah.
And that's a fucking pregnant lady and a child. Fuck your Disney fucking loving, immature, grow up adult ass.
Yeah. Dangerous move, because 80% of the people in that bus are that fucking loser.
I know. They all wear...
Sorry, but seriously, though.
Yeah, no, seriously. 2 years ago...
It's for the kids, man.
2 years ago, they all started wearing...
You fucked it.
They all started wearing shirts. Like, every adult there had to wear a Disney-themed shirt. It wasn't enough that you're an adult there without children. Now, this time, everybody had a hat. Every fucking adult had, like, a tiara with Mickey Mouse ears on it.
Yeah, you suck.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, in my personal preference. You don't have to, like, stop listening to the show or anything, but you suck.
Dude. I cried at Coco. Don't tell me my inner child is dead.
Just listen to that's it.
You can enjoy Disneyland. I enjoy Disneyland. Grow up.
Remember when you were a kid, you love it so much and you go when you're an adult. What do you hate about? What's the only thing you don't like about Disneyland? Lines. What if I had to line up half as long because you fucking idiots get into a building cars or something. Get a hobby. Have a book. What's that thing that people read shit?
Books?
Yeah, but you have like a book club. Get a book club. No, do that thing Andrew does. Frat football thing. Fantasy sports!
Play Fantasy Disney.
You fucking dickheads. Leave the kids alone in the magical world palace. What is this, a fucking fat-ass bastard with a beard and fucking... You know what I mean? I want to see Disneyland shit. I want to see Scooby... No, sorry. Pluto. I don't want to see your fucking dumbass walking around trying to be a cool guy. You're not cool.
And you know what? I think that's Disneyland's bread and butter now. I don't think that there are... Like, there's people who... Like, when I was a kid, it was a really big deal. I think we went to Disneyland 2 times. But I went to Disney World. So I'm in New Jersey. We have to fly. Flying was a very big deal for people back then. So we went twice, and that was like highlight of childhood. Like every parent wanted to do that like one time. So there's still people flying from all over to go to Disneyland. Those people are not the ones causing the lines because they're going there once in the kids' entire childhood. I know that there are families.
And they're upbeat and excited about everything because they've never been. Yeah. And then your fucking fat emo ass is hanging out there bumming me out. What's up with that? Why is everybody there look like they're fucking vegan Mexicans?
And then there are a lot of... Yeah, there are...
What is that?
That's funny because I met a really lovely couple who recognized me from the show who kind of fit that description.
Right. Well,
they seem great.
It's what is it? The thing.
They had style.
What's the thing with the? Yeah, but what's the what do they call them? The dudes with the beard that make coffee. What's that?
Oh, barista.
No. But what's the style? Those people that live in East Village.
Hipster.
Yeah. It's like a hipster Disney fan. You're like a hipster Disney Club hipster. I don't know. I can tell. I know what you guys are doing.
Well, the people
you're not fucking kids.
The people who are clogging that place up are not the people who visit once every 5 years. And in my experience, it's the season pass holders. And in my experience, I do know a couple of families who have kids who own season passes because, if you go twice, you make your money back, blah, 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 blah. But they're not the ones who go 3 times a week.
No.
Nobody does that because you'd spoil a child. The people who are clogging Disneyland are the adults who own season passes who go 7 times a month.
Fucking idiots! Fuck off! Stay out of there and do some other shit!
I hate to
fix potholes!
You are not, we're not, and will never be a princess.
It's over! It never even started! Stay the fuck out of Disneyland and think about the kids. Am I going to Disneyland every day? No, I like Disneyland. I like their chicken. I hate chicken. I like chicken there. I like it.
The fried chicken.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting and dry and old. I love it.
Yeah.
And I like all the rides. I like It's a Small World, but I'm not going there. It's not my shit, bro. Idiots.
Yes.
Last time.
If every adult with a passion for Disney could just somehow restrain themselves to only going once per year without children, Disneyland would be a fucking ghost town. Everybody knows Roseanne blamed her tweet on Ambien.
Yeah, my wife texted me that this morning, like I'm going to talk about it on the radio or something. I guess I posted a video of Wanda Sykes on the Jason Ellis show.
What was she talking about?
About how she doesn't hang with people dropping the N-bomb.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess she said that in my presence. I don't recall her.
She did. She said it in our Dingo, you and me. We were all here for it.
I remember meeting her. I remember...
She was lovely.
Yeah, she was great. I remember certain things we talked about. I didn't remember her talking about that. If she had left because she was working, I guess, as a writer or something, behind the scenes producer on the Roseanne show, and she had left before that. And that show came off the air quick.
Yeah.
I taped an episode of my show yesterday morning, and when I was going in, my guest, Jillian McCullough, was like, "Oh, did you hear about this Roseanne thing? Hold on, I want to see what the deal is." And by the time we were done an hour later, somebody told us that Roseanne had been canceled.
Yeah.
That is swift justice.
She pulled the old Anthony Cumia Nick DiPaolo tweet.
Can't do it on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's really amazing how that works. Just somehow seeing people's words as text, as written text. It's undeniable that people get away with saying things that they cannot get away with typing.
Yeah, right?
Very weird.
It's on video. It's on video, people saying it. But if it's in writing, you're fucked. But even my dumb, uneducated ass knows. I was just telling the guys before the show. In my blackout days, I'd be like, fuck you, blow me. That's me blacking out. Because that's like my inner demon is thinking, fuck you, blow me. I don't ever black out in my old days and talk about how somebody's an ape, or I just didn't have it in there. Yeah. And I was very, very fortunate. My father did a lot of bad things, but he never spoke poorly about other races, creeds, and all that stuff. I have no fucking idea why. I was a little bit suspicious. I think maybe he was kind of gay as well. But it was always like, I have no problem with gays, straight, red, doesn't matter to me. And I remember thinking, dude, I've seen you beat people up for cutting you off on the freeway, so didn't know that about you. But I think that's why I don't have that in there. But some unfortunate people like that lady, they think that they have that in there. I think they have they're absolutely positive in their right frame of mind that some classes of people are less than others.
Do you know what I found really remarkable about this? And let me know, Andrew, if I have this wrong. Everybody is so divided on everything nowadays that it's like, well, if your team did it, then I must criticize it, and I must tell you why it's wrong, because your team never does anything right. But if my team does something, well, let me play the what about game.
Oh, okay.
Well, what about when so-and-so? What about so-and-so? And both sides are
this is a team thing? Like, this is because she's a Trump supporter, and everyone's like, look at you. Told you.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Well, where did she get the idea that it was okay to talk like
right.
that? Let me guess. Right. And,
okay, makes sense.
And both sides are so incredibly. I don't identify. I have my opinions and my ethics and my politics, but I do not identify whatsoever with either of the mobs. And I found it really remarkable, just in this world that we live in nowadays. If I understood it correctly, I think Roseanne tweeted yesterday, what I said was indefensible, so everybody stopped defending me. Like, basically, you need to say, look, I know that we all do this. When Kathy Griffin posts with, a picture of the sawed-off head of our president, somebody's going to have to be like, well, but what about, here's why it's okay. And when the person who's done the terrible, awful thing needs to go back on social media to go, yes, it actually was terrible. That was a terrible thing. There is no reason why anybody should defend what I did.
Right.
Yes, thank you for, sure.
There was some instances of pushing back on liberal commentators who said anti-gay language, like Reverend Ellis made some questionable statements in the past, Joy Ann Reid, and people said, well, liberals didn't get upset about this person.
What about? Yeah, exactly.
There are instances of both sides playing the political game, but for the most part, I would say across the board, people dismissed Roseanne's comments as hateful, hurtful, racist,
stupid. Yeah. No, thank you for clarifying that. But yeah, there's always going to be a willing chorus of people from either side who are willing to defend just about
Look,
anything, or at least play what about.
It seems to me in my little small bubble that if you're racist, just don't put it on Twitter and you should be okay.
That's how it seems, unfortunately.
I feel like... I only know 3 people that got fired from their jobs from being racist, and they did it on Twitter.
Yeah. You do it on Instagram.
I think you might be okay if you do it on Instagram. Fuck, dude. It's like a guaranteed shutdown shop if you do it on there.
Yeah.
This also wasn't something necessarily new from Roseanne.
I know.
She made pictures and other stuff that's very questionable over the past 10 years.
Yes, but was it on Twitter?
Some of it was.
I think she's too old to know on Instagram. I think she is Twitter bound. Much
Right.
like, does Donald Trump even have an Instagram account?
No way, right?
I don't believe so, but he did comment.
He does? Oh, okay.
But he did weigh in on the Roseanne thing, said he did not get a apology call from Disney when people said horrible things about him, but Valerie Jarrett got one this morning, so he's a little...
What about?
What?
What about ism? Well, what about when they did
Man,
this?
I've been out of the game of those people for a while. That's like enough for me to... I don't need any more of that shit.
I've actually done a pretty good job on my Twitter now of pruning these things down to where I hear about these things because I look into the news for the show, but look, this one was a really big one. This has obviously showed up a bit in my Twitter timeline, but I'm pretty good at just seeing like silly pictures of squirrels falling out of trees at this point on social media.
Yeah, that's my go-to. I love that shit. Cats falling and stuff. Yeah, I can't go wrong with all that stuff. Oh, my other favorite thing is old people doing weird stuff. That's my new thing. As long as it's not eating. I just like watching old people that don't give a fuck. You know? Sort of, I like...
You mentioned that, yeah.
I like old people at barbecues that had too much to drink, and they know that they're dancing funny, and they'll catch that the camera's on them. They're like, look, Auntie fucking Sue doesn't give a shit today, alright?
Nothing
And
to
she's
lose,
cutting
nothing
loose.
to prove.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
Yeah, just as long as we're kind of on the subject, Kim Kardashian is at the White House today to discuss prison reform, which you've talked about this before, right? She's got her little cause. There's the person unjustly...
Yeah. She tries to help a bunch of people because she's got the celebrity status thing. So she like, hey, everybody, free this one lady. She deserves it. And I'm sure there's, to me, you were just saying there's the one side and the other side people. They're just organized trolls.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's Kim Kardashian or Donald Trump or Roseanne. It doesn't mean everyone's like, oh, you know, the worst part about it is that she's a fucking murderer and what'd she do to me? I'm like, what did anybody do? Insane clown posse, motherfuckers. You know, what did they do? Is that really good music? Is it really good music? No. Are they millionaires from doing it? Yeah. Should they fucking be shot? No. They figured it out. Whatever they did, they figured it out. A bunch of people liked it. You're just jealous. Kim Kardashian's a fucking twat that's now the most famous person in the world. But every now and then, she does something that you don't do. You can't do it. She might actually help somebody that nobody was going to help. Yeah, she sucked a dick to be famous, and her mum's is probably Satan. But she's gonna help some people that are in jail unjustifiably, you know, for certain things that I feel like that's kind of her. This makes me like her. I don't want to say that. It doesn't make me like her. It's like, okay, now you're turning your job into a necessary. I like this. This is nobody else was going to do it.
I don't like you. I like this. So she's seeking pardon for a 62-year-old great grandmother serving a life sentence without parole for a first-time drug offender. And I'm pretty sure that there is a broad consensus that things are a little out of whack with the way that we sentence people in America.
Yeah, and she's caught on to some of those. She also did the one with the girl that was in sex slave. And she killed she murdered the guy that had her captured, and they put her in fucking jail for it. Mm-hmm. And I think Kim Kardashian's a part of helping her get out. So that,
yeah,
I wish that everybody. I don't think until somebody does she get people out? Did she get a person free, or is this the first? Because if she actually gets somebody out that I believe is we should let that person free. then everybody that has any power like this should all start doing that. That makes up for all the bullshit that I have to see of your lives on Instagram.
Yep.
Go fucking help somebody that we forgot about.
Assuming you're doing this for the right reason, which I am assuming that she is doing this for the right reason, but assuming you're not doing this so that you can trend on Twitter because you visited the White House, which I don't think is what she's
What
doing.
about if she was doing it so that people like you and me were like, oh, she's not a prick after all?
Right. Assuming that she
Still okay with it.
Assuming that she is doing this, but okay. But what would be bad is if she's like, "Oh, they won't hate me so much, and I'll trend on Twitter." Well, cool. But I'm actually going to blow off the meeting because I don't really give a fuck about that. That would be bad.
Right.
That would be totally bad.
No. Go get her out and then
Assuming
do
you-
it for any fucking reason you want.
Assuming you are trying to, you sincerely want to achieve the thing that you want to achieve, it really doesn't even matter to me that much as to whether or not, like, it sucks to be this one lady or that one young prostitute lady, but if all you accomplish is talking to a bunch of senators and planting a seed in their head that this is a little fucked up, so the next time you're voting on an overall thing about prison, they go, oh yeah, I guess I have been hearing from people who are saying that this is a little fucked up. Maybe I should take another look at that. Well, then mission accomplished there. That's the way this works. I mean, it's a fucked up thing that rich and powerful people have access to politicians and
Yeah.
the rest of us don't.
But they
if
should
you're gonna
use it.
Use it for the right reason.
They should start a Justice League of fucking pathetic pricks that are just super famous for sucking dicks and stuff.
Yeah.
And they all go to the White House. He's a dick sucker as well. And they all go and be like, hey, let's have a fame off tent. And then they all, you know what I mean, jerk each other's chickens and free somebody who deserves to be free.
Yeah, hard to see how that will get uncool quickly when the Justice League start going to the White House. Trust me, that will become really, really shitty really, really quickly. These people can't help themselves.
No, but I know it'll be shitty, but you don't think that'll be fun?
Oh, it'll be funny, yeah.
Like if they all think about it, like George Clooney, because you know he wants to be a part of it. He's the head of the Justice League.
Kendall Jenner can just wander around seeing who she can offer a Diet Pepsi to.
Ooh, yeah, oh yeah, oh, I know. 'Cause she did. She freed Brazil, right, with a Pepsi.
She did, yeah.
So there's that,
Yeah,
and
Brazil is out from under the yoke of tyranny.
thank
Kendall Jenner.
and Pepsi. Don't forget that. But yeah, I feel I could see them having meetings and news, like where they're, you know, what I mean, a big panel and they're wearing special stuff, and Donald Trump's there, congratulating them. The fuck is that?
Well, no more jumping jacks during the show.
Yeah, Will, are you training? What is that? After this, Will kicks Tully's ass. All out show going all out, huh?
Must be, huh?
What's up with you bastards? God, I'm fat today. Face is so puffy. Fucking sick. But I'm here, bitches. I'm here.
You cocksucker. Saber.
Did you get those pictures of me?
Yeah, I'm gonna check that place out today.
You should get one of those police shirts.
Yeah, if I looked anything like Chris Pratt, I would try to find some stuff to do, like a Parks and Rec cosplay thing.
more obscure, the better, really.
I've been to a couple conventions where I saw people doing his Burt Macklin FBI thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
Look at the people that made my chair are making me.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
It's just gonna be like a on the wall thing. This shit. The leather horse head.
Oh wow. Took me a minute for like
I
my
know,
eyes
me
to
too.
register what I was looking at.
I know, it's like an optical illusion thing.
That's sweet.
What? I know. That's what I fucking said.
They should make an exact duplicate of your face.
I remember what I had to ask you. I got to figure out a high school graduation present for my kid over the next 24 to 48 hours.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know,
I can.
anything upwards of $5 to $6.
You should give him something that he doesn't need, but he should keep. Like for my high school or college graduation, I received a book called Eight. You know, like something that he'll never use. That's what you should get.
Right. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Will, are you able to sit in? Jason wants to do the pronouncing game.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I think I remember what my answers were. I don't know Jason's. Kevin will present it since he recorded it, and then for sure you two can guess the entire time.
And we will read the word to people and then see if he nailed it when he read
Yeah,
it.
so
Yeah.
Kevin will be, the word is whatever.
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then start with my words and then do Jason's.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long do we have?
2.5 minutes.
No libraries today?
You rejoin?
Yep. Let's see.
Are you win, Will?
Yep.
It's not Will's news though.
No. Do you want to do crystal meth news or do you want to?
Ooh, into
Yeah.
the yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It's been a while since I've done. Crystal meth news. Why am I singing that song?
I know.
Fuck.
I was like, wow.
Curse myself
I'm
right
not
there.
gonna mention that to him. I'm too sexy for this shirt.
Shut. Oh man, that ain't cool either. Fuck is Crystal Man's nose? God damn it.
The Jason Ellis Show.
Inshantia, E Chinasia, E Cham,
Hey, can you see Crystal Meth News on here?
Chinasia?
No, do it next time. I'll do something else.
Yukonuba?
Where's Meth News?
Don't worry about it. Do it next time. I'll do something else.
Huh?
Do it next time. I'll do something else now.
Echinasia, Chinasia? E Chinasia,
Oh, I found it. I found it.
You got it? Okay.
Echinaya. Echinimpa?
This is the Jason Ellis Show on Faction Talk.
Speed.
I think meth has just.
Take a guess what this lady got arrested for.
Cocaine.
Pot marijuana.
Yoga. Yeah, she did meth, huh?
Yeah, Florida police responded to an anonymous tip that some people may have been using methamphetamines, and they went to the car and they searched 3 people, and yep, they found meth. And I think this makes it like the 15th time this woman has faced some sort of charges drug related.
No.
Her name,
Oh, her name's not Crystal Meth, is it?
no, it's Crystal Methvin.
Wow.
I mean, so yes, her name is Crystal Meth.
Crystal Methvin.
And she's been arrested 15 times for crystal meth.
And prescription drug.
Well, it's like her parents designed her to be what she is, and she's found herself. Maybe we could hire her to be at Ellismania or something. Security or...
Does your name actually affect...
Make you who you are? Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It can.
Does that
Yeah.
just make you lean into the irony? Like, my name's Crystal Meth. Sure, I'll try crystal meth for the first time.
It would make more sense. If my name was Crystal Meth and you offered me meth, I would see that there was some sort of destiny involved in this.
I know. If that
Wait,
was
because
my
I was
name-
Crystal Meth before Crystal Meth was invented, and then they invented Crystal Meth. I'm trying it.
Yeah, I agree.
I would turn it down. 2 on the nose.
See, I think I think it's a tipping point sort of thing. I think if you're a person with a brain and you're going to get involved with something stupid that's going to ruin your life, you go, it can't be crystal meth. I mean, I can fuck up my life, but it cannot be crystal meth. I'm
Okay.
too good for that. But if you're crystal meth, then you're like, oh my god, this is perfect. I mean, I was already going to put my life down the shitter, but
I mean, is there a Mary Jane out there that hasn't smoked weed?
I'm sure there is, but if somebody invents, like, Kevin Craftawana,
I'm smoking it.
I might snort, smoke, inject, or shove whatever that is up my ass.
Too. Yeah.
You would do it.
Yeah. Kevin Craftiana, that sounds great.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Kevin Crab
Please,
singles.
nobody invent that.
Kevin Crash Shingles. Oh, here's one. My Instagram showed me this morning that ginger ale is now making ginger ale with lemonade, and Katie seems to think that my phone hears my conversations about ginger ale and that my phone shows that ad.
Oh, I know for...
It
you
does.
guys have talked about this.
I mean, is that true? Does everyone else know about this? Because Katie was like, that's not true. And I'm like, I swear to God, ginger ale, Schweppes just brought out Schweppes brought out a ginger ale that's got lemonade in it. Why do I know that?
This thing happened to me the other
I
day.
love lemonade too, by the way.
I was looking at a news story with a guy, I don't remember what it was, but it was a guy who had a similar name as a famous person.
Yes.
You know, like, for example, this person's name was Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you know, my phone starts giving me Michael Jackson shit.
When you say give, like, where did you go in your phone that Michael Jackson shit?
See, for me, sorry,
advertisements.
To me, this is because I was arguing with my wife that that's a good thing. And she's like, that's not a good thing. They're listening. And I'm like, it's a good thing. It's trying to help me get what I want in my life. It's like, oh, you like lemonade and ginger ale? Did you know that ginger ale just brought out a ginger ale lemonade? How's that fucking bad for me? She's like, because they're listening. I'm like, they're listening to help me.
Well, and that's Facebook, and I think I just disabled that in my Facebook. That's Facebook's argument, is we're trying to give you ads that you actually want, and that's why now Facebook... I saw my third fucking ad last night. Who was this one for? Where they're like, hey, everybody, remember when we first came out and it was super cool, and then things got a little weird? Well, we've heard you, and we're committed to stop being weird. Oh, it's Uber. Uber's doing the exact same thing that Facebook is doing, that Wells Fargo is doing, like... We started off committed to helping people. Then we fucked you over royally for years and years and years. Then you caught us. Yeah. And we've realized the error of our
Not
ways.
bad. Yeah. Here, mybad.com, we're going to take care of you now. You're not going to be listening at all. I'm like, I want you to listen. I mean, if there's like a new, like, man, let's say I don't know Buck Angel. And it was like, man, Ellis loves having these weird bonus. I didn't even know. Buck shots. Everybody should get a buck shot. And then the ginger ale lemonade thing, like, I was like, maybe it's too early in the morning because I just woke up and went downstairs. Maybe this isn't real. Because to me, the greatest drink ever invented without me inventing it is ginger ale with lemonade in it. But I never thought of that. But fucking Instagram told me that somebody did.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
So I went through, I was on Facebook recently, and it was the first time I'd been there in months, so they were like, oh, we've updated shit since we started running all those ads, you know, apologizing for everything. And that's what they said. Hey, yes, we do collect your data, and this is what somebody is probably tweeting at all of us right now to say. If you have the Facebook app, its default setting is it's totally listening to you all the time so that it can improve. It doesn't just look at what you do on Facebook, it looks at like what you do to try to give you the best Facebook ads, and you need to opt out of that. The problem is I don't have a Facebook app, and my computer is still doing that to me.
There's a couple things that happen, though. I think the European Union just changed something where everybody's user guide agreement needed to be updated on every single website.
Yeah, that's why your inbox was just full of all these things saying, we have an update to our privacy policy. Yeah. My Freaky Scenes is finally dead.
Oh, no.
Thing killed it.
Really?
Damn it.
You were listening to people?
I was just starting to download it.
Oh, shit.
Man.
Yeah, because, you know, you have to pay to keep it up yearly on Apple, and I was just losing tons of money on that. So I let that expire, and then Google Play had it up for a while, but then I don't know how to fucking update privacy policies, so they just zap me.
There you go.
And then there was some...
I don't know how we'll all recover, but...
Well, I was just about to break through.
I know, right? I felt like the kids were going to get into it. Anyway.
I feel like a lot of the technology that we expect to see in the future, a lot of shit you see in like movies and stuff that are showing what's in the future and all that, to get a lot of that stuff, you kind of do have to sacrifice some of your privacy and shit, you know? Like if for you to say like, hey Alexa, get me a beer or whatever the fuck, it has to always be listening, or else how is it going to hear you saying that? But, nobody ever thought about it until it actually arrived that, oh, fuck, it's listening to everything else, too.
And I don't think we did this story on the show, but there was Alexa recorded like a couple fighting and sent that audio file to someone in their contacts without them knowing whatsoever within the past week. And they were completely confused when the friend called them up and was like, is everything all right? I just got this voicemail from you guys. It sounded like you were arguing. And they were like, we have no idea what you're talking about. Alexa just was listening, recorded it, and sent it just because they heard certain keywords in the middle of their conversation.
Look, to put it simply, there's nothing wrong with your phone knowing that you're interested in ginger ale and telling you about ginger ale ads. The potential for abuse is vast.
Yeah, if
you're right.
If there's a, let's say there's a evil guy that gets elected president, and he decides to look through all that information and fuck up the people who are saying bad shit about him.
Yeah.
I mean,
what if you were in Russia when Putin was democratically elected and you were speaking freely in your home, and then as he started tightening the screws and becoming less democratic, he started using audio that you were saying in your house against you? Like, that's real. Yeah. That's real.
Yeah, absolutely. And give me liberty or give me death unless I can get a good advertisement directed at me.
Ooh. Critical. Because, really, death is very, very bad for most people unless you think you're going to go to a ghost place where there's roller coasters and weed. So, it's risky. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be controlled. I'll let you control me. Because death is, it's pretty extreme.
It is interesting. I wonder how many people who would like have like a no trespassing sign on their front gate who would shoot an unannounced visitor on their property bought Alexa for Christmas.
Right. Well, there's not that many, hopefully, but there's still people out there. Oh, God.
Alexa, I think this was like the fucking Christmas of Alexa. Everybody I know got it this Christmas.
You all right, Cool Beans?
Yeah. What's up?
I don't know. You just look like you cringed or something.
The chair was attacking him,
you-
for a moment. But
That's
he
right.
escaped.
You've been tapped twice by that thing, right?
Yeah.
That's what you get.
We've got a game,
Yeah.
right?
We do have a game, yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
It's always fun having a good laugh when Andrew fucks up a word or two. So we decided to not only put Andrew's vocabulary to the test, but your own as well, Jason.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I don't have much of a one.
But this is really a shot.
Well said. Well said.
It's really a shot at us, though, Jason, for being dumb. So
Yeah, what's fucking new?
that's fair.
So how do we play?
So what happens is I took Andrew and Jason into separate studios and gave them a list of words to record.
Mm-hmm.
Just a list. I didn't say what they were. Just sound it out the best you can.
Rapid fire, I might add, too.
Yeah.
That's what I was told.
That makes it
I was
very
told to
difficult.
just... thank you, Michael. Because I have to guess. I can't read, so I have to guess. So, rapid fire makes it... I don't think it was going to make any difference. I could have spent half an hour on each fucking word. What am I talking about here?
So we can start off with Andrew. The recordings of these are all on the games page. So do you think Andrew knew how to properly pronounce the word anemone after reading it on a piece of paper?
I'm not
What?
sure that's the right word. Is that how to pronounce that word?
I'm going to say he can't.
Okay. Yeah. That's kind of a clue.
That's a fucking sweet poker face you got there, Andrew.
I think he said jump on that word before too.
How can you disagree with...
I don't feel like that word is how you're supposed to pronounce it. I think
Oh.
I got it right.
He did.
This is...
Yeah.
I
No.
already really like this.
I don't even
Yeah.
need to be here. I just
Right.
I
realized.
feel like even if he did know the proper pronunciation, it's so easy to fumble it.
Yeah, it's
Out
a
of-
difficult
out of
word
the
to
blue,
pronounce even
and-
if you know it.
And
What is it
clearly-
again, Kevin?
Clearly he doesn't know it.
Anemone.
And you think that's correct, or do you think...
I don't know what that word means.
Let's
Okay.
see how you...
Wait. Do I get 2 points if he says anemone?
Anemone.
That's not fair, Michael. You're just showing off.
Go ahead. Let's see
Here we
what
go.
he said. Before you eat the sushi.
So you don't know what that word is?
Is it the fish thing? Whatever that
A
is.
sea enema?
Tell me more.
It's like a sea cucumber, but not. So
What makes it not one?
Well, it doesn't have a mouth
Mm.
or eyes. So it's like a vegetable of the sea. This is what I'm going to go with.
Yeah. You're a
I don't-
fucking
I don't like
vegetable
sushi,
of the sea.
so I wouldn't know.
That's
learn
my
about
favorite
that
kind of
stuff.
sushi.
Yeah, I don't know what an
Yeah.
anemone... What is it again?
Sea anemone?
A sea anemone. No, I know...
Is that how to say it?
No, but you're not saying... What's this? I don't know what this word means.
Edamame.
I don't think that's a word.
No, it's not a word. But what you were trying to say, I don't know what that word means.
Edamame?
No!
When the moon hits your eye,
Oh, I'm
like
gonna
a big pizza pie.
I'm going to throw up.
Anemone.
I'm getting dizzy. Let's just move on then.
Okay. Does Andrew know the word quinoa?
Of course he does.
I'll tell you
It's spelled in a very weird way.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he just gets it because he's a yoga CrossFit guy.
So you don't know a lot of
I'm
crunches.
absolutely positive that his girlfriend enjoys quinoa or has made Andrew enjoy some quinoa.
And there was an ad that played incessantly a year or two ago during sports games where a guy was grilling burgers, tailgating at a game, who had a quinoa patty that he didn't know how to pronounce.
But I'm sure Andrew's also heard of a sea anemone.
I don't think
But he called
Andrew's.
it edamame.
I think Andrew's a douche, but I don't think he hangs out with people that make quinoa burgers.
I don't think he's
that douchey.
I think he knows how to say quinoa because of that ad.
Yeah, no, I think he knows because it's in everything he eats.
He's got a shit poker face.
But everything else, right?
Yes. A scramble.
Sure.
Man,
Why
you just
not?
I'm just gonna
Wasabi?
with every
Popcorn quinoa.
Go-
Jumbo quinoa.
Okay.
All right, so does Andrew know Edinburgh?
No fucking way.
It's in Scotland.
Yeah.
Edinburgh.
It's not spelled like Edinburgh. It's spelled more like Edinburgh. But you're not supposed to say it like that.
Edinburgh.
Does Andrew know that?
Do I get 2 points if he says Edinburgh?
No.
Oh!
Do we... I think there's a lot of Americans who say No. People know not to say the G, don't they? What do you think, Will? You're Scottish.
I think that a lot of people mispronounce that word. I think that's fair enough. That people... Yeah, I think a lot of people say that.
Did you know what it is?
I knew it's a town, but I would have pronounced that with a hard G all the time.
All right, how about yolk? The center of an egg. Y-O-L-K.
Why? I mean, of course he does, but why do I feel like he doesn't get it right?
I'm just throwing it out there so you have all the info.
Is he going to say...
I'm not trying to lead you one way or another.
Yol?
That's why these words are on the list.
He's going to pronounce the L, isn't he? No.
Yes.
No, this guy fucking does raw eggs in the blender in the morning.
I know, and it always calls it a yolk.
Nah. Wait, what?
You're stupid! Really mispronounced it.
Sorry. What is he saying?
He's hitting the L.
Yeah, I'm definitely saying the L. Which I don't think is wrong. It's in the word.
Oh, I just fucked up the next one.
Yeah, who ever heard of silent letters?
What was the other word that he was trying to say?
Cacophony?
What is a cacophony?
It's like a large
noise.
collection of loud noises.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like if you drop all the pots and pans, it's a cacophony.
All
Yeah,
right.
he got that one.
I'm going to guess he gets that one.
Well done, Will.
Point for Will.
Chamomile.
Of course he gets that.
If you can't do echinacea.
Oh, yeah, shit.
If he's living with a woman, he knows chamomile.
Is it chamomile?
Yeah, they're super annoying, huh?
Women, am I right?
Wow, I know. What the fuck? I'm not agreeing to that.
We have plenty of black tea and Earl Grey. No.
Wait, in the back cave you do?
No.
He doesn't know it.
Okay.
Wait, ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he lives with a woman.
Well, this is bullshit. He knows all of them.
I was hoping he was going to go Shamon on that.
How would you pronounce Thyme?
Don't ask me. That's not... I mean, if you can't say it, how can you host the game?
No, I know how to say it. It's a spice.
Parsley,
Thyme.
sage, rosemary, and...
Oh, yeah, that
Time.
shit?
Yeah, like in roast chicken, rosemary, and thyme. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get this.
Well, wait, no one's saying it.
Time.
Thyme is how you
That's how you say it?
Yeah, but it's
Oh.
spelled completely different from like minutes and hours.
He's got this. He's a smart
He's
guy.
going to say thyme.
I'm not laughing at you, Andrew. I don't deserve to laugh at you.
Yeah, 2 more of these and we're on to you, Jason.
One more, right?
fucking hell.
Or is there 2?
2 more.
All
Yeah.
right.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Of course he knows it.
Horse duvers.
No, he doesn't.
It's spelled a really weird way.
It's
'cause
French,
a French
yeah.
word.
He's gonna say horse duvers.
It is spelled HORSD'Ouevre.
Oh, okay. I mean, I wouldn't... That makes no sense to me at all. But maybe I would just get... I guess more than I read, so maybe... Yeah, nah, he won't get it. Horse divorce?
When I'm trying to do it really quickly and I don't think about it, I was like, horse divorce.
That's a six. I want to be in that band.
Oh, those are horse duvers.
Horse divorce. All
All right, and the final Andrew word, etc.
Of course he knows it.
He has to know, etc.
I'm gonna say no. Wow.
Man, seems like there's way more of my ones up here than your ones, Andrew.
I think it's just your imagination.
I mean, they're right next to each other.
Who really knows?
It's like
There's no way we can really tell.
Okay.
Everybody got exact the same amount of ice cream.
All right, the first word for Jason is cavalry.
This is cool because I don't remember it. Maybe I got it.
How would you say it?
He's got this.
No.
You guys are haters.
I think he's.
I would have chest butt you right now, Michael. Thank you.
I think he's got it.
Boom!
Go!
In your fucking faces,
Oh,
you
ye
bitches!
of little faith.
Right? Thank you, Michael, my only fucking friend. Who's next?
The next word is foliage.
I fucking destroyed that word. I'm absolutely positive of it.
Easy.
Yes, I'm sure you destroyed it.
No.
He doesn't say it, he shits it.
Oh, yeah, Andrew? Boom!
Oh, wow.
Moron! You're a fucking moron and I'm a genius.
Are we counting that?
What?
That is not correct.
Bullshit! Foliage. Actual foliage.
There is an extra syllable in there.
Oh,
Now.
fucking hell. Whatever then.
All right, how about ostensibly?
Oh, God, no.
No chance.
You don't know me.
Yeah, he's got it.
No!
God damn it.
How about prerogative?
He's got this one from the song.
Yep.
Yeah. I got it.
Do what I want to do.
God damn it, Ellis! Down. Oh man, somebody's gonna make make that a song. Oh man, that's up there with Ekadushi or whatever. Man,
This is a word I have trouble with sometimes. Worcestershire?
Excuse me?
It's hard. It's a hard one. I know it. It's just
one more time for the listener.
Worcestershire?
Yeah, that's not.
I must have some wax.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind.
It's like you're missing some stuff in it.
Or I could just go full on Worcestershire.
If you want to.
All right, well, school me. I lost a point.
Worcestershire.
Oh yeah, I'll school you. Here we go.
Oh! Wow!
Fucking grew up with that
that's
shit.
English as fuck.
Right? Yeah.
That's right,
I'm fucking. Yep. You have to know that one.
Worcester.
All right, how about colonel?
Colonel.
Nope.
No way.
Absolutely not. Sorry, Jason.
Colonial.
I like I'm supposed to be offended. Fuck! Yeah, whatever.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
The Italian man was very colonial.
Back in colonial America.
These are rapid fire, ladies and gentlemen.
Acai.
Yeah, he's got this one.
He's got it.
I'm gonna say no.
Fuck you, Will. Boom.
Ooh. I was shut.
Wait, you don't like that? Did I pronounce it incorrectly?
I have no idea.
Did I get the beer or did I get the bowl?
I never eat this stuff.
I think you got the beer, but I'm totally willing to count that.
Thanks, brother. That's Japanese approval right there. Even though I'm speaking Portuguese.
All right, how about necessarily?
Yeah, he's got this.
Thanks, Andrew.
Yep.
No, he does not have it.
Yeah!
Damn
You
it!
didn't even know me, Will!
Damn it!
Who's texting me? God damn, I must be on fire. Come on, who's next?
Rural.
Destroy that for sure.
Yeah.
How would he say it if he said it incorrectly? There's just not a lot of other pronunciations. So I think he's got it.
How would you say it, Andrew?
Rural?
Rural. What?
Rural.
Yeah. Okay, I'll say he's got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That works. Yeah.
Next word is asterisk.
Asteroid. No.
I got no on this one.
Fuck you guys.
Rick, I say yes.
Damn it.
I think that counts.
Yeah, that counts. I mean,
Yeah,
you pluralize it, but
yeah.
you still got the word.
Boom! I didn't even know I got it right.
All right, next word is defibrillator.
Do we need to do this with you?
Yeah,
Oh,
come
boy,
on.
I can't wait till you guys mess up a word for the first time.
Come on.
Yes, he's got
Yeah,
it.
defibrillator.
No. That's a long word.
You've been defibrillated.
I have.
Okay,
been.
but does it count? There's a common mispronunciation of defibrillator.
I don't know how common that is.
I think a lot of people call a defibrillator a defibrillator. Kind of like some people call it nuclear.
How do you say it?
Properly, or how do I say
Properly.
it? Defibrillator.
Oh.
Defibrillator.
right?
Defibrillator. People commonly say defibrillator?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we got all of these words from, lists of commonly mispronounced words.
True enough. I think Jason can say it.
Will?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. I think that's right.
It better be. So the doctor say it 1,000 times to me. But he's
Kevin,
not.
you
Kevin
disagree?
doesn't want to give it to me. Okay, here we go. I said defibrillator. Is that wrong?
There's no U in it, is there?
It's defibrillator.
Yeah,
I'm
there
not
is
saying the roulator.
I don't think so.
All right, well then I'm out. I didn't get it.
See, it's a tough one.
Harsh.
All right, only a
I'm a
couple more of
moron
these.
now. This is very sad.
Phlegm.
No.
Phlegm.
Of course, yes.
This is spelled with
Why
a
do you think of
PH,
course?
right?
Because I think he'll just get it. It's, he knows some phonics.
Thanks, man.
He knows a silent G when he sees one.
It's a PHL.
Yeah, I know.
EGM.
I know.
I got phlegm.
Yeah, I'm with Tully.
So close!
God damn it!
All right, so just a quick quiz for everybody in the room on this next one before we play Jason's clip. How do you pronounce Forte? You go first.
Forte.
Yeah, forte.
Forte.
Okay, because this showed up on a million lists. Apparently, everybody says it wrong.
Okay.
Supposedly, it's just fort.
Well,
You just say, "Oh yeah, that's my fort."
that's my fort. I'm pretty sure that means strong in French. And obviously, when we say it in English, we mean it's like, that's one of my strengths.
Yeah.
So I just assumed that they had two different French words. Yeah, fort is the French word, but I okay.
So I don't know how we would score this one.
I'm going, he says 40.
In America, we say forte. Everybody says that.
Yes,
Okay.
that's my forte. Okay, that was
Sort of
not-
irrelevant, the distinction.
All right.
Yeah, I think you guys are all in the clear on that one.
That's your fortune.
Did you know Ritz was just a total guy's name? And like when everybody says things are like Ritzy or like just that word is cool, is like that's a guy.
Putting on Ritz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that makes sense though when you're doing like a impression, like you're look at that fucking guy.
He was working at a
who's
hotel.
like somebody.
And then it was a famous hotel. You'd know the name of it.
I mean,
Ritz Carlton.
What about when you call people a Barney? I mean, I felt like that came originally from a dude named Barney who sucked.
People call people Barneys?
San Diego.
A Betty.
Like if you're a surfer, if you get called a Barney, it's not good.
Is it like a
Oh, that could be like
short?
the Jersey thing with a
Benny. Right.
Yeah, people in the Jersey Shore hate the people that come and visit there, and they call them all Bennies.
Oh, it's Bama's in D.C. You're
Oh,
a Bama.
you fuck you, man.
And what was yours, Will? Betty?
We call him Andrews.
Oh, take that.
Now you're going to fight me and Tully?
Yeah.
Last one.
Last one is sherbet.
Yep.
He gets it.
No.
Fuck you. Boom.
Oh.
Thanks for coming, everybody. One of the smartest. Wait, what?
You said
Everybody mispronounces it.
Yeah.
It's not sherbet. It's sherbet.
There's no R.
Oh, fucking nuts! But
everybody says that.
I know.
All right.
You're almost kind of a cock to say sherbet.
Yeah, you are.
That's
Speaking
by
as
saying
one.
it correctly.
Yeah.
If you say sherbet, you don't get any sherbet. That's the rule.
Well, that's it. I'm not ordering it anymore.
That's a wise saying. That's gonna be on T-shirts.
I saw that under a Snapple cap.
Fucking idiot.
Speaking of delicious treats, scientists say they have uncovered the world's next superfood. Are you ready
Jizz.
to... It's not... I mean, it's not...
How's that a superfood?
You can eat it.
Okay. All right, then forget about it. Good for you.
Play-Doh.
I could picture some like hippie lady just saying, "Oh, you're consuming all those little life forces. It's so good for you."
Oh yeah. Okay. Is it a vegetable?
No.
Does it come out of an animal?
Kind of.
Oh, is it a placenta?
Kind of.
It's not shit, is it?
Mm-mm.
Eyes?
No.
Okay, is it made of whole animals?
It comes out of a living organism, but not an animal.
Okay.
What could be?
A rabbit's colon. What?
That is an animal, and under ideal circumstances, the colon doesn't come out.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a secretion of
Fungi.
the Pacific beetle cockroach.
Cockroach secretion?
Yeah, cockroach milk.
Wait, cockroach milk. Oh, because cockroaches live on that milk. So, wait, that milk is good for us?
They say it has 4 times as much protein as cow's
Oh,
milk.
God.
And it's
Yeah,
packed-
I'll drink 4 times as much milk.
And is packed with essential amino acids.
Yeah.
I'll find some
The
other way.
insanity of how much protein you need that we need to have cockroach jizz is pretty gnarly. Because you don't need to... Everyone needs to calm down on the protein. I love how there's just a new one all the time.
Yeah, and who's milking all those little fuckers?
I bet you they got it from like there's some tribe that eats them. And they're like, oh, these guys live a long time. Just like that doctor was like, oh, I figured out a cantaloupe that lasts 10 times longer than a normal cantaloupe, and now I fucking squeezed it into a face cream that makes other bitches look young. Like, get the fuck off me. I'm Cindy Crawford, and I hang out with this doctor in the gardens where these... You fucking do not, lying bitch.
It's a rare milk crystal, because obviously how much milk are you going to get from a cockroach? And this whole thing reads like an April Fool's story, but I'm getting...
So do you snort the crystals?
I guess you eat them. Like, there's a news report on it. It's this real news. That this is 11 eyewitness news in Raleigh, North Carolina. But it's just adding an extra little dose of ridiculousness to the story. Discovery of the health benefits from cockroach milk go back as far as 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot of science backing this up.
We were way ahead of our time back then.
Yeah, there's no fly-by-night organization.
I mean, like, how many cockroaches do you have to waste before you get enough of their milk crystals where you're getting any sort of benefit from it? It seems like you're just exhausting insane resources for one tiny little globule of fucking cockroach tit milk.
And really, there's all this other scientific research that if you just eat plants and vegetables, that's it. Everyone keeps asking me for the smoothie. It's pretty gnarly.
I've been going and getting them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The one that I told you to get. The one that the doctor told me, like, all the things that he puts in his one, it's a lot more than that. I was not aware.
I just went to Earth Bar and got
Yeah.
green smoothies.
Still not bad.
It felt like I did a little line of Coke. I just, out of nowhere, just got this insane energy boost, and so did my friend. It was really weird. We were both just like, do you feel like you've had 12 cups of coffee? And she was like, yeah. This is weird.
Man, you guys might be the most unhealthy children in the world. Maybe you could just, like, hit your system the first time you had something nice.
No, I mean, she's been a vegetarian since she was a kid.
Didn't they throw a little, like, ginseng and ginkgo biloba in there so you could feel a little
I don't think they do.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one I didn't...
I don't know.
Is that busy nut?
What's busy nut?
That's a real thing. I
Never
used to
heard
buy
of it.
stimulants from the gas station.
Yeah.
Man, busy nut.
There was one
Stay
that
awake
had,
and drive all night.
yeah, that had caffeine, ginseng, ginkgo biloba,
Oh, fuck.
busy nut, and something called
So bad.
suck day.
Nature's Chi.
Yeah, that's not safe.
That's not the stuff I was buying.
Nature's Chi.
I mean, they are.
Why keep saying that?
Because that's one of the
You trying to
many
get me to
things-
calm down or something?
No, that's one of the things that...
I think Will's skipping.
That's one of the many things I've ingested in my life. That was a...
Nature's Chi?
Yeah.
When did
Talking
you...
about eating cum again?
Yeah, I know. What are we... I'm confused as fuck. You're saying that there's a product on the market called Nature's Chi?
Google it. There was. I'm sure it was
You
taken
used
off
to...
the market.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah.
It got down like that, huh?
Did it come in a bottle, or what did it come in?
I can't remember.
You don't know what it came
Maybe
in?
A plastic sandwich bag or something.
What?
Nature's Chi concentrate.
TCM concentrate.
What's TCM?
Offers
Tetrachloride.
Boner tan pills? Is that what you were taking?
increased energy metabolism support and improved energy flow.
Oh, wow.
I think mine had a little extra kick in it.
I don't like it when they just tell you what it gives you. It's like, but what's in it?
What's TC?
What'd you put in
15
there?
herbs working harmoniously.
Obviously. Cinnamon twig. Everyone knows cinnamon twig works.
Let's see.
Ginseng.
You got
licorice root.
Eleuthero root.
It's got ginseng in it. There you go.
Urethra root.
Peony root without bark. Get that shit out of here.
You don't want the bark kind.
Forsythia fruit, gardenia fruit.
Schizophrenia flower.
Helen scrotum.
Holland sclerotium.
Makes you stronger.
Mint. Skute root.
With a hint of mint.
Siler root. Hosho woo root. Astragalus. They're making all these.
Yeah. None of these are
fucking
real
root.
things.
Licorice doesn't
It's
have
got
roots.
ginseng in it. That's it.
I think mine might have had a little MDMA in it.
That's cool.
Made you super happy?
Energetic, I would say.
Really?
I'd like to be around Molly Will.
I don't fuck with those things, man. I never fucked with those things. They would always do, like, if I had a Red Bull, I would notice it big time when I was younger. So the whole energy pill thing was just like, what the fuck would I want that for? I'm already terrified, you know?
Yeah.
I remember shaking from having Red Bulls. I don't need
in a
any.
good way?
I just think, no, I'm just like I could tell. I never drank coffee or anything, so if I had a Red Bull, I would feel super antsy. I would notice it. It would make a big. I wouldn't be sitting around. I couldn't stay in a house or anything if I had a Red Bull.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling.
You build up a tolerance. Because remember
Yeah, I never did.
when you were doing those little blue shots? I forgot what
Yeah,
they're called.
some 5-hour energy bullshit.
Yeah.
I didn't drink them. It made
I
me
did.
feel funny.
I
That's
did
right.
a
You did it.
lot.
Yeah, you did.
And the first couple of times they were crazy, and then they just became something I did. Like I just for the fuck of it.
Yeah, because it's just all caffeine. Once you get used to it, then you're okay. Well, whatever it is.
That's a terrible feeling when you get all jumpy, antsy, and you don't want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was in promoting that Tara Dakitas was on the show and said
Yeah.
she was going to suck it for all she can.
Yes, she did say that. That's right.
Not out of context at all.
Nope.
What you're thinking she was getting at is exactly what she was getting. She wasn't talking about anything else.
She got it.
Yeah.
So they're saying that like with, we're eventually just going to reach critical saturation of overpopulating the planet, and at that point we'll have to switch to insects for our proteins and shit, right?
I think that if we did run out of places to grow, then there would be a small amount of us that could survive on the insects. We would start to turn them into pills, and we would no longer be eating fruits and vegetables, or there'd be no longer steaks and all that stuff because the ground would be fucked and you can't grow anything out of it anymore. So now we're just crushing insects and having insect farms and breeding them, and we're basically just like popping pills to stay alive.
But it's never going to be, in all likelihood, like, there's never going to be equality of wealth distribution on planet Earth.
Oh yeah,
So-
somebody's gonna have steaks.
Yeah, somebody's going to have steak, and some poor people are going to be eating insect pills.
Yeah.
And people are working on this from so many different angles. I saw a thing I thought was really clever. Now, I understand why wild fish are better than farmed fish. It's all pretty self-evident. But somebody's trying to put some huge fucking cage out in the middle of the ocean somewhere so they can farm fish in it, because the problem is when they're all swimming around in their own shit and stuff, it gets all gross. But if you have it out in the middle of the ocean, then the ocean is naturally
Swells through, yeah.
cleaning the thing out.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
it's a pretty good idea. Like,
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people tackling this from a lot of different angles, and humankind could do pretty well on fish and seaweed, and we're not going to run out of those things if we manage these things properly.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe you just have some
Hey,
bugs.
I got a question for you. When the volcanoes don't stop and they just keep splurting out that stuff, how long does it take for that stuff to turn into something where stuff grows out of it, or is it just dead rock forever?
Oh, like the hardened lava?
Yeah, because aren't like the mountains of the islands of Hawaii, were they not volcano shit first off?
I don't think it takes that long.
It starts to grow
Probably
stuff.
not within our lifetime, I would imagine. Right?
decades for like this first grass to start growing. I was on the Big Island a couple months ago, and it's a grass that doesn't actually need soil to take root and start growing, but then that will break down the lava rock even more.
Huh.
Yeah.
But it's a number of decades before it becomes like cornfield.
Although it becomes very fertile, right? They grow shit purposely in volcanic soil.
In just off the coast of the Big Island, they do have those fish cages in the ocean already, so that helps with all their food needs that they have.
That's nice to know. All depends where you're born, though, I guess. You know, you're born into things where that's if you wake up and your life is mummy gives you an insect pill and that's your life. You don't know any better.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
It's
just
just
wondering
like
if
I remember the good old times when me and the kids would sit around, you know what I mean, eating cockroaches and talking about big time future dreams of owning a cricket farm. I mean, those were good times. Getting super tanked on spider juice with my boys or whatever.
My great grandfather, he used to kill these things called cows.
Right,
And
yeah.
eat those.
People will be getting
Huge
high on
insects.
scorpions and shit because you can get buzzed off on those guys. You do crazy things.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I should start working on my taste for insects
I see.
now.
I see your
Yes.
angle. I think like naked lunch.
100% you should start eating insects now.
I mean, I've been to the fucking health food places where they have, those energy bars and they're fucking bug.
Cricket
Yes.
powder and stuff.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're made
but
of
those-
bugs and shit.
Yes, but that's like because it's like when you buy the magazine at the supermarket. That's extra stupid shit for people that are like, money's no object. Ooh, cricket, I'll digest that one time. No one goes back for extra cricket bars. It's a one-time deal where you buy it because you're on a health kick and you're like, ooh, cricket protein, I'm against that. You fucking
it's like
moron.
you should be going to rehab, but instead you're just going to cleanse this weekend at your house, and you'll throw a couple cricket bars on top.
Yeah, Nick Swartzen probably eats one every 3 months. You know what I mean? Like, oh God, I'm on a binge. I gotta eat a cricket bar. And, yeah, that's it. I gotta sober up for a week before I do some more tours.
Yeah.
Cricket bar fest with my boys.
Will vegans resort to the bugs?
I'm a vegan. I mean, I'm not a vegan, but I'm plant based as much as I can, everywhere I can.
So you would not want to eat bugs and shit.
I would only if I'm only based on I don't read much. And the smartest guy I know about all this stuff, and I build up all the other people that back his story up, is the doctor that I'm going to go see on Friday. I mean, that guy is performs surgeries under radioactive shit every day of his life, and says that if I don't eat this stuff, if I don't digest this many plants, vegetables, and fruits every day, I'm this much more likely to get cancer and all these other things. And just said flat out, people reverse heart disease from eating plants, like a plant-based diet.
That's what Kevin Smith's doing. He's fully plant-based.
Right, because whatever he was doing, certain people can eat burgers for the rest of their lives, and they might not even be fat, and they might not have any heart conditions. But I'm not even sure. But that Kevin dude might not eat like an insane amount every day. He might just he likes burgers or something, but he just gets fatter than other people. Because I truly believe that some people just have different genetics, and you're like, well, fucking, my brother can eat burgers or have steak. Why can't I have steak for dinner for the rest of my life? It's funny how many people think that's such a big deal too. I would rather die than not eat it. Like, I think my wife's father's a little bit like, he has, like, I'm not sure what it is, but I think if he quit drinking and had a plant-based diet, he'd probably, to not have barbecues is just, I don't want to be on this planet. And I completely understand that. I respect that. Like, if you're a guy that, like I just said, like, when we used to sit around eating crickets, he used to sit around having barbecues and beers, and that's what his fucking life means. I like, after a hard day's work, going home and having a steak or a fucking sausage and a beer, and I'll be fucking damned if I'll give that away. Cool.
Yep.
That's that, and I feel like people like that can be on their deathbed going, yeah. I mean, it's a little bit sad. You might be a little bit sad, but fucking, Dad went the way Dad wanted.
Right.
I mean, I lived every day the way I wanted to. And that I can totally justify. It's just some people are so scared of death that they're like, no, I'd rather. But it also depends on how big a deal that certain thing is to you. Meat can be a very big deal to people. Beer can be a very big deal to people. So I really like meat. I really like beer. But I've just never had that many vegetables totally fulfill me more than some people. Like Josh. I think that would be almost... people that don't know, there's a guy who used to work on the show that never ate vegetables in his life. I feel like if he was forced to be plant-based for the rest of his life, I could see him actually equating where it might not be such a bad decision to die earlier so that I can enjoy my day-to-day existence.
Right.
And I
Give
wouldn't
me McNuggets or give me death.
right, and I wouldn't and I wouldn't think he was that crazy because I know his day-to-day of consuming vegetables would be like, I have to drink a bottle of whiskey every day, you know. But I get $1 million a day. I'd be like, I could pace myself. No, you know what I mean? No, fuck it. I'd rather die than do that. I think Josh is like certain people are like that when it comes to fruits and vegetables.
I'm sure, but also I'm sure a lot of people would be surprised at how used they would get to eating just plants. You know, after a while, it just becomes normal life. You know.
What is their Instagram or their Twitter so that people can, if you want to ask these guys directly, they have a website, they have a Facebook. Andrew will give it to you in a minute, and I'd rather they gave you the information than I give you the information. But it's Regevity stem cell, but there's also a like a website where you can go to where might be a better, more direct thing to them. What is that one?
Oh, yeah, RegevityStemCell.com.
Yeah, so if you want to go there and ask those guys all about that stuff, because yes, they do the stem cell and all the other stuff, but I think the big thing with them is there's a diet that comes into play, and then this has nothing to do with stem cell, but the diet has scientifically proven to reverse heart disease and cancer. That's it. I'm very, very scared of heart disease. Somebody told me I had heart disease, and I walked around for 3 months thinking I had heart disease. Mm-hmm. So when this guy says if you just eat a plant-based diet, you can reverse those things, I don't even have heart disease. I'm just like, I'll do that.
So what's your average dinner look like?
Well, what do I do? I'll probably do. I usually do I'll probably do like a black bean burger or something like that, or. Because that's like my fat food stuff. Salads. I have tons of salads. I can have like Mexican food, but there's like vegetarian Mexican food. So I have like what are those just tostada things? But they have pumpkin in there instead of
flautas.
Who?
Flautas, the flute.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of that. So I, just all kinds of different things. I told you the other thing that the doctor was saying. You can still eat meat if you want to, and you can have some cheese and stuff if you want to. But if you have that smoothie twice a day, then that has all that in there. Just if you started eating red meat every day again, then it's just not gonna. I don't think that's gonna. It's just been proven to not help your organs out. When dairy and meat is supposed to like put wear and tear on your organs. See, that's just. I wish I could explain this better, guys. I'm not that educated. I just bump into educated men and I regurgitate as much as I can to help you guys. But like I said, if you go to the website and ask them, this is not a, he's a real proper certified high level doctor that's like a spine surgeon for over a decade, and then all this other stuff. And so it must there has to be facts to this stuff. This is where I don't have to. I just know enough people to know this guy's not a liar, and the guys that work with him, they're not lying, because they've got all these other people that I know where they've fixed them with the stem cell, because they've fixed other athletes that I know, other MMA guys, baseball players and stuff like that, where they're like, hey man, I saw these guys and now I'm fucking fixed. So, and then there's David Clark, the marathon runner, and John Joseph, who I know are real people that are not full of shit. And then I put that together, and then Aubrey from On It, and then all the other people that I've bumped into in the MMA world, and here it is. Here it is for you, everybody. If you want to live longer and live a healthier life, this is a fact. There's no pay here. Nobody's giving me any money to tell you this. It's just that if you go to their website and ask them everything that's in there, but because it'll probably make it easier. Because there's women out there, there's people that of higher intelligence that have no problem consuming plants, fruits, vegetables, seeds, and all that stuff every day. But for the basic man like me, I need it in writing. Tell me what it is. I'll put it in the thing and press the button, and then I pour it into the cup and then I go to work. I can't have it any other way. Otherwise, I won't do it. It's even on my best day. I didn't know that the vegan cheese thing was just a bunch of fat. I didn't know because I was like, I don't have dairy, but I have cashew cheese.
That's bad?
It's not. It's like processed. You don't want processed shit. You only want... I mean, life is impossible to dodge that kind of stuff. So you're having it, but you want to try to dodge it at all costs. Processed food and meats and dairies and sugar. Those, like, you got to...
Yeah, I mean, my friend just beat cancer. She's younger than I am, and she had to get surgery for cancer. And that's the new diet she was put on.
Yes.
And they just straight up said, like, you have to entirely cut out sugar. Sugar is basically like fuel for cancer.
Yep.
And just stay plant-based. Kevin Smith talked about it on his podcast. He narrowly survived the Widowmaker heart attack with 100% blockage, and they told him, like, if you want to beat this, you have to stay plant-based, and he's done it.
Yeah, I just think that the biggest thing for me is I really understand people's... I sound this way because I was born in a certain country. I don't live there anymore. Nobody around me talks like this. I just talk like this, so I get it. You're raised to eat a certain amount of food a certain way, and then for the rest of your life you're not eating that. A piece of you is missing. I'm an addict. I know what you mean. Like, no beer. A piece of me is missing. It's forever like that. But if someone can tell me you can have a beer every now and then, just don't abuse it, but you have to have this other stuff to even it up, man, that's like the greatest news ever. Like, I'm telling all of you out there, you could still have a cheeseburger from whatever your favorite piece of shit burger place is. No problem. Wash it down with a beer if you want. Have a fucking cupcake after it. But, you know, you can't do it every day. And you have this smoothie twice a day, and you can know that you're doing something really good for you. And if you had a family, then you'd be doing them a favor too. Unless you're an asshole and you need to leave. Watched a movie this morning. Sorry, I'm just gonna keep jumping around. Fucking, I love just being awake and turning a movie on halfway, and it's really weird and creepy, and it's wrong, and I don't know what's going on. But a lady, from what I could tell, is in hospital. Something bad happened to her, and if she speaks, her voice, whoever hears her voice, is immediately crumbled up by ghosts and ripped inside out, and just turned into blood and shot up into the sky and evaporates.
Oh, I want that. I want to see that.
Right?
Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting.
That's all I'm saying.
Do you have the name of it?
No.
Damn it! That sounds fucking awesome.
And it just keeps going, and it's just like more and more stuff that happens.
Mention warts too. It's an art film.
It is an art film. Wait. It's like I think it might be from another country, but
shut up, devil woman. Guillermo del Toro presents.
It's a lady that's cursed, Andrew. She's cursed with some curse, and if she opens her mouth, anybody that hears her voice is immediately folded and shredded and evaporated from this planet, and I believe taken to a bad, even worse place. And then these demons that come and attack her all the time. Wait, that one right there. That lady right there,
Veronica?
Might be Veronica. What does it say?
Was there?
No, it's not Veronica.
Was it on Netflix? Because I think that's what Andrew is searching for.
I think it was on TV.
Oh.
On cable. Or maybe it was on Netflix.
Did you? Speaking of which,
maybe it didn't even happen.
I don't. Yeah, if it was on Netflix, I don't think you would have jumped into it halfway through.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, so it was on TV. We're fucked.
Did you watch American Gods? I think was the name of that series.
No, but I did watch a documentary on a man that's got a really crazy submarine. He's going very, very deep into the water that no one's ever gone before, and he's finding stuff, saying there's definitely shit down here, like aliens maybe. Once again, proving my points to be factual.
I was gonna say, I think that I'm watching that series right now. It's a little bit of an older series, and I think you would really like it since you like really deeply weird shit.
I don't like weird. Okay, maybe I do.
The book is awesome too. Neil Gaiman.
Brendan, welcome to the Jason Ellis Show. What can I do for you? Yeah. Well, a diet is nonsense. It's not a diet, bruh. It's a lifestyle. I recommend just getting off my ass and not being. If you've always had trouble with your weight, it's because you've never been consistent and you don't stay on your game. So it's not about plant-based. It's not about anything. It's your mindset. You have to make a decision in your head that it's for the rest of your life. It's not for a couple of months. Right. Yeah. So it's either I would just accept my fluctuating weight. Or pull the trigger. Yeah, you're not trying to lose 35 pounds, dude. If you look at it like that, it just keeps coming back and forth. You're talking to the same guy, dude. I do the same thing. I train my ass off, I get shredded, I'm like, it's this lifestyle. It's excruciatingly painful. I'm gonna eat a pizza. Yeah, my one is 35 pounds is too much. And you should always be aware of that's going to start affecting me, how long I live. So I would be more into accepting myself 15 to 10 pounds overweight and not being so critical, never having a diet. Just always remember to drink a lot of water. And when you have the choice, you pick the other one. And then and if you work out, you can still eat all of it. It's all bullshit. You just have to... I'm a guy that gets up in the morning and works out. I'm a guy that when you offer me, I take the fish and the rice over the fucking cheese and the bread. It's just that simple. Good luck. Oh. It was Ventador. Alright, thanks. Roadster, I believe. Yeah, you found it.
Patient?
Yeah, Patient. So it's pretty scary. Man, I only caught half of it, but it's not a good idea when she talks. It's bad.
Looks kind of cool. I like people getting crumpled up and shoved up.
They
in the
get
sky.
fucked up, like obliterated, and they get to know it for just a few seconds, and then I think they go to like really bad spirit world where bad people are there just fucking with them.
Mega hell.
Yeah, mega hell. It's like hell with like really the worst people of hell in this one sector.
Hell's hell.
Yeah.
This is the golden age of horror, isn't it?
Because you can do so much with you can make bodies go inside out and make cool stuff happen.
And I think the threshold to getting movies made is lower than it used to be. It just seems like it's happening sort of in conjunction with metal. That you still have those like 5 bands from the 80s, and those 5 movies from the 80s are always going to be like the iconic ones. But in terms of just if you're a metal fan, there's so much shit coming out now that you can get into. If you're a horror fan, there's never been more good stuff to watch. Seems like to me anyway.
More people can make more stuff.
Yeah, I've been pushed into doing the movies where they make you read at the same time. I've gone down that road a couple times now. I'll just do it because I feel like Euro people are it's fresh eyes. You know what I mean? So the movie, even though it's harder to follow because I got to read shit, but it's just a fresh angle on whatever. Especially if it's a horror movie. Like I'm gonna watch a fucking rom-com that's subtitles, but I will do a horror movie for sure. Because they've got good, sort of like The Hostel. The first time The Hostel came, it was like whoever's that director, it just looked different than American movies. Even so, it was still a little bit more mainstream, but there's like this Patient movie. You can just tell it's very Euro,
Let's see, where is it from?
Just looks weird. All the guys in it look super sketchy. I don't know.
I haven't even heard of this. In the IMDb page, only 152 people have rated it.
Oh yeah.
That just means it's a.
I mean, nobody
really
gives a shit
movie.
at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was on TV.
There's a lot of TV channels now too.
So like Pan's Labyrinth, have you seen that?
It says it's French.
Oh, that's a different Patience.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Will what?
Pan's Labyrinth.
What's that?
It's not really a horror movie, but it's a creepy, weird, dark movie.
The guy,
Okay.
the guy who did the fish fucking one did that.
Oh, okay. Wait, the guy who did the fish fucking did the movie I watched?
No.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Pan's Labyrinth is the pre-fish fucking movie.
Yes. Who can forget pre-fish
Right.
fucking?
Fish foreplay.
And then the Baba Check, what was the
Babadook.
Babadook.
Yeah, that shit's awesome.
That's a reading movie, right? Wasn't that?
No?
No,
No,
wasn't?
No.
Australian?
I had to read
Oh,
the
mate,
subtitles.
Babadook, mate. Fucking arsehole.
Oh,
Don't go in the basement. It's Babadook.
Open the fucking box, kid.
Oh, kill the dog. Look at this book.
I'm inside your head, mum.
Look at that book. Read this back. Throw it away. There it is.
Fucking book's back.
Hey, Babadook.
We should redo it. Outback the living fuck out of it. Look out, kid, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Babadook. Babadook, cunt. Cunt.
or
Yeah.
you can make it Jersey based. Oh, Babadook.
Oh, it's a Babadooker!
The Baba Mook.
Oh, man. Am I supposed to take a break?
Please.
We'll be back.
Awesome.
Cameras?
Sure.
Oh, I forgot to mention, this guy who does all the distribution for Miramax, he's interested in consulting on Squatchula. If you want to have a meeting with him.
Oh my God.
So coffee in the next couple weeks. Andrew, is he here already?
That might have just been him arriving.
Okay. Oh, it's 2:30. I'm sorry. I thought he was coming at 2:15. Oh, shit. Jason, is he going next to Tully or in the whatever this
Probably
is?
corner.
That
one, yeah.
That's gonna be too far away. I think that looks like it'll be a pretty good angle. Okay. Let me just turn them on now.
Sure.
That's who this guy was in my fraternity in my college. Bro,
Why did he go there?
it's such a small school. Yeah. I got my phone 2 more years.
You're a wiener.
Just out there.
I don't care.
Normally Jenny would shoot me a text or something, so she had me up.
When are we, I know we're supposed to have a 2:30, but like when are we expecting him?
He's supposed to arrive at 2:15.
Okay. I'm expecting he'll be a pretty easy guy to BS with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on an episode of Doug Loves Movies with him.
Oh, you are?
It was the one where they had 14 guests, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I've communicated with him on Twitter a little bit, and he seems very, like he's
cool.
Yeah, you know, yeah,
Gregarious.
yeah. Would start conversations on the side of when you're actually talking about like times and dates and stuff. And, oh, so you have kids, like you know, not running out. Okay, okay.
Man, I passed a gigantic hauling truck with an Amazon Prime box the size of like a tractor trailer.
Is it one of those like drop-off stations?
It was a Jurassic Park thing. It said Amazon Prime, but it had giant hold content. It said Jurassic World on the side.
Yeah, well, I saw that. It
passed that?
happened like that, but I think Johnny Marr's gonna happen. Yeah. Incredible.
Bullshit! Horse shit! Cat shit! Shit! Lion shit! Duck shit! Walrus shit! Penguin shit! King penguin shit! This is the On Faction Talk.
Jessie DuPlantes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that's how you say this guy's name. Is a man of the Lord. He is a gospel preacher.
Shout out to that guy.
And I don't know if you know this, it actually says very explicitly in the Bible, in the New Testament, that it is the job of Christians to evangelize. Christians, which is spread
to
the word.
kill non-Christians.
That might be somewhere in the fine print.
Oh, that's not in. I don't read that book.
Jesus told his followers to spread the word about
Oh,
Jesus.
turn non-Christians into Christians.
Not necessarily.
Nice in a nice way.
Yeah, not necessarily. Conversion is another thing. And
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, forced conversion has been a thing intermittently here and there. But just evangelize is, like I tell you, I always thought it was kind of cool. People can be, if you're not a super Christian person, you don't always love super Christian people getting in your face at the intersection of Hollywood and Highland and telling you you're going to hell. But I remember I used to wait on this couple all the time, and they were perfectly lovely at a restaurant I used to work at in New Jersey. And at the end of every meal, they would leave me a tip, and they would leave a pamphlet saying, "Have you heard about Jesus?" And
Yeah.
and I thought it was really cool. I actually really liked it. It didn't make me convert or anything, but that's a nice way to fulfill your Christian
Wait,
obligation.
they did it every time?
I think so, yeah.
Ugh.
They probably went through life doing it. But
Wouldn't
I thought,
one be enough?
Well, no, I don't really think so, because I think that a lot
I
of
mean,
people
you
will
got
tell
the map, you know?
Yeah, but I think you need to be in the right place in your life to. You may not be ready to accept Jesus into your heart.
Oh,
And maybe last Thursday's lunch I wasn't, but this Thursday's General Tao special I am.
okay.
My
bad.
So, Christians are supposed to spread the word.
Yeah.
And Jessie DuPlantes, this gospel preacher, takes his responsibility very seriously.
Okay.
So much so that he has already owned 3 private jets that he uses primarily just to go around the world spreading the word of God.
Bullshit.
He might occasionally take a vacation. If you have a jet, it would be stupid not to use it. But he has them. So that he can spread the word of the Lord.
Oh.
But he says he is, quote, burning them up for the Lord. And here's the thing. He needs a new one.
Wait, he's burning them up. They're worn out.
Yeah.
Oh. He needs a new...
His planes can't keep up with the force and speed. And
Are they going into the jet trash
really,
heap?
It's not really clear to me.
Like, where to pre-used...
Well, planes can become... Maybe... planes get retired.
Why do I feel like his planes are not that old? But anyway, he needs more planes. I mean, it's his planes anyway.
He only needs one more plane.
Are they not his planes?
They are his jets.
Yeah, he bought them, right?
Yes, with donations from his congregation, who support his mission.
Which is to fly around telling people about it.
Yeah. So now
I don't see the problem here.
He needs a new one.
Yeah.
And he has his eye on a particular one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a Falcon 7X private jet.
Cool.
It sounds great. A little pricey. So he's asking his congregation, if you love Jesus as much as you say you do, give me $78 million.
Wait, he doesn't have any money at all right now?
Well,
he wants this on top of what he has.
He needs enough money to get a $78 million private jet to continue his mission for the Lord.
Okay. I mean, are all other bills cease to being paid? Like it's all going to this jet?
No. I think he's still got to handle his monthly nut, which is why he needs this additional $78 million.
Is he grounded as for now? If he doesn't get the Falcon?
That is unclear to me. I think at least one of his other 3 private jets that he's owned must still be working. But you just because your last car it still works. Does that mean you can't? Do you need to literally drive the thing until the wheels fall off?
I mean, if I'm from a community that can raise $78 million for a guy that I really enjoy on the weekends, or he flies to my city and he comes to my church once every 3 months and he is spectacular. Mm-hmm. Why not give him if I am a rich guy, give him all my money? Or a rich girl. What's that?
If I was a rich man.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you had to put the other bit on there. That's not fair. Yep.
That's all I know from that song. That's all I know from Fiddler on the Roof in total. He says God told him, Jesse, I didn't ask you to pay for it, the plane. I asked you to believe for it. So he's believing as hard as he can, because he's well aware that $78 million is a tall order. But he adds, if Jesus was physically on the earth today, he wouldn't be riding a donkey.
Okay.
So, and basically everybody listening should send him money.
It's going to be a tough existence. This guy's name's Chad.
Are you like a Chad? Are you a Chadwick?
What can I do for you, Chad?
So if you look at the military fleet, they have jets that are flying that are over 60 years old. So this dude is definitely using his position as a so-called preacher or someone who spreads the word to get what he's.
Man, I don't know. I mean, if the other one, I mean, if he's flying non-stop around the world to evangelize, what is he doing?
Evangelize.
Evangelize. I mean, that's a non-stop 24/7 thing, and you can't be. Sure, you've got jets from the 1960s, but he's not a fighter pilot. He's an evangelicist. Yeah, but you can't sleep in a bomber. Not like him. He needs to look like $1 million when he gets out on stage.
Yeah, you're talking about planes that are intended to fight wars, and he needs to fight something even stronger than that, and he needs to fight with love.
Have you seen his stage presence? He's talking directly to the Lord, Chad.
Yeah, Chad, are you consciously acting as an agent of Satan, or is he merely working through you?
Right, well, at least you can be honest about that. So, hail Satan to you, Chad. Well done. There it is. Chad immediately coming in to attack us, but we have a guest who is not Chad, thank God. Josh Wolf, here he goes. Wait, where's my intro? I'm going to repeat. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. It's too late.
Oh, man, I was going to use the cover of the noise to open a can of soda.
Do it. Man, that was fucking pretty magnificent, Michael. You cracked a soda and poured it into a cup, and it took exactly Dave Letterman intro to do it.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
This is not my first on-air soda, Josh Wolf.
Really? Or is that the type of guy you are?
Yeah, he hit the cup on
down
the
on those
ground.
on-air sodas?
Yep.
Crazy.
Well
They're free.
lubricated.
They're free at Sirius
would you
XM.
care for a seltzer?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that I have to stare at that fucking picture of me. Can
Well,
I
you
swear on
fucking
this?
made it.
Yes.
Okay.
You better
Yeah,
be
I have
better.
the same thing. They made a thing for the Jason Ellis show that they put up on the big screen, and I immediately said, can you just have it say the show? You don't have to have my head on there. So I can understand. I don't want to see my head when I'm talking to people.
Right? Listen, do you like the sound of your own voice?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I've got used to it.
I
not
sometimes
that cool.
watch my comedy sets back without, honestly, just for movement, but without the volume, because I'm like, I can't hear that joke again. I can't hear that joke again.
But is that the material, or is that the sound of your voice?
Sometimes it's like if I'm working a joke and working a joke and working a joke, if I've heard it enough, sometimes I'm like, let's just take a look at what I look like when I'm doing it. Because I've heard the joke so many times, I don't want to ruin the joke for my... Like, there's a joke I'm telling right now that I retired like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I just, for shits and giggles, put it online, and it ended up with like 42 million views.
Yeah.
And now I have to tell it again because people are coming to see it.
Oh, wow.
But it's so crazy because when you retire a joke...
Why is it popular now? How does it become popular again after it already existed a long time ago?
Because look, I do like really long form story. That's kind of my stand-up.
Yeah.
So I've always been told, don't put those 15-minute stories online, dude. Nobody's going to fucking watch those. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. And this is a 12-minute story. But finally, I was like, what am I going to do? Just keep them on my computer all the time? I'm
Yeah.
gonna put it out there. And even if 4 people watch it, that's 4 fucking people.
So you just did it and it accidentally got popular. Had you put other videos that were shorter up?
Yeah, not...
Have you always been like a guy that puts videos up?
No.
So you were just like, man, I'm going to put these long ones up. I like them. If somebody likes it, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then...
Dude, I'm the
like,
worst looking at it.
is this an overnight thing where someone's like, your manager goes, hey, your video just got this many... Was it like that or no?
Yeah, it happened so quick. When I was at 5 million, I was like, this is the biggest video I'm ever going to have in my entire...
but how long did it take to get to 5 million?
For this video, it was quick. It was
What's quick?
I think maybe 3 days, something like that.
So-
Did you ever sit there and refresh?
No, you know what? I honestly don't, because I would rather sit in my backyard and smoke weed. I'll go back 2 hours later and look, next day and look, but me refreshing isn't going to make more people watch it. It just drives me crazy, too.
So you had, you know it drives you crazy.
Life, and I liked it.
Did you like it?
There was one thing that when we first released At That Die,
Yeah.
I was, the day it came out, I was just sitting there refreshing, and I was like, this is comical. This is
Oh, because it was going up?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, that's
Oh, no,
different.
it wasn't a sad refresh. No, it was this is a good refresh. This
Yeah,
is,
good
This is the
refresh,
payoff
man.
for everything you posted online in your entire life. It's
Hell
finally,
yeah.
the thing that you are hoping happens every single time is actually happening for once.
Yeah, because everything, I've always been like, whoa, what fucking video is going to take this video? And then you never, I put a bunch of stuff up. It's like when you write do you ever bring a bit in here or an idea and you're like, this is going to crush. And then after you do it, you're like, that was not nearly as good.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Andrew's shaking his head. That's everything he's ever come up with is excellent. Yeah.
Oh. Is that right? He's the biggest producer? Like when he walked out, I'm like, is somebody coming to punch me first, or is what's going on? Like is he slash bodyguard?
You know, the craziest thing about it is in the green room, the bodyguard is the little guy over there, hunched over with the hoodie, pretending he's freezing and getting hypothermia. That's Jason Bourne over there. He's also known as.
He's showing you his weapon.
He has a weapon, like so.
Yeah, he's showing me a weapon that he cuts branches with.
Dude, that
Like
thing across the jugular, you're dead.
Well, yeah, dude, a spoon across the jugular doesn't feel great either. You know what I
Especially
mean?
if it's delivered by a Jason Bourne-esque creature like Cool Beans over there.
It's Cool Beans. So he flies under the radar, but he could.
That's you're like thinking you're sizing up this giant guy, going, man, this is gonna be a struggle, and then dink, you're dead.
Because the giant is basically just like a hard candy shell for the tiny little 9-year-old girl that's
Yeah,
inside
it's
of
a
it.
huge vag.
It's like
in there.
like a Men in Black situation. Like you open up the big guy and the little guy comes out with that tiny little shiv. But that's a little knife, man. You got to be up close and personal to get somebody with that.
Dude, the jugular. I mean, come on. Cool Beans, right? That's it. You're done. There's no more Josh Wolf. He thinks it's very, very funny, but there's no more fucking videos. He's not refreshing a goddamn thing.
I love how I looked out that little window and there was this just unassuming dude who just holds up this tiny 1-inch blade.
Yeah,
like,
that's the point.
Yeah, dude, come get some of this.
Yep, be surprised.
Yeah.
Jason L. Show, very full of surprises. You never know what you're gonna get. Might be a 1-inch blade across the jugs.
I was watching Kill Bill. Every now and then I go back and watch when it's on TV. It's hard for me to turn away.
Yeah.
And I was watching that scene where Uma fights Lucy Liu. You know, the one where she kills like probably 80 dudes.
Yeah.
But all I kept thinking during that entire scene was, I wonder how much it hurts to get stabbed. I was like, I wonder if it hurts more the stab or the slice.
The slice doesn't hurt at all.
At all?
No.
You never got a little slice that...
Well, I mean, I'm talking about paper cut, man. Like, I'm talking about a slice.
Yeah.
I'm saying a paper
I've been
cut-
sliced open. I've had stitches tons of times. Doesn't hurt.
A paper cut...
What? Whoa. You've been sliced by a knife?
Yeah. Yeah, wait. I mean, I haven't had stitches with a knife, but, I mean, I don't know how many stitches I've had. I've had glass. I've had glass I've been stabbed with glass, and I've had, 13 stitches in my hands, and in my arms, and in my shins, and in my head.
So you think the hurts more than the sick?
I don't feel like cuts hurt. It's cuts are the shock. You know, like when you see, to me, I don't like cuts because when I see it, I go, ooh, especially if it's like one where it's pretty open, I'm like, oh, fuck. There's never pain. Even the ones where I've had impact, where it wasn't a blade, it was, I hit the fucking concrete with my shin, and my shin just fucking wide open, you can see the shin bone. I didn't feel any pain. I was just like, oh my god. I'm like, fuck up. And my kids were there, so I was like, it's cool. I wrapped a t-shirt around it. And I just, I got on my bike. I got on my bicycle and pedaled the kids back to the parking lot.
How old were the kids?
I don't know, 7 and 2 or something like that. They were little.
See, here's the thing. When you have kids, and this happened to me. Okay, so I used to be a little more jumpy you know,
You've calmed down, you're saying?
I've calmed down because of my kids, because I can't freak out. For example, you know, my brothers love to tell this story about this time when I was mowing the lawn when I was like 12, and a wasp stung me in the neck, and I panicked and ran full speed into our sliding glass door.
Yeah.
They love that story.
Yep.
And I would still be that guy if I hadn't been stung by a bee with my kids around and started to freak out and looked at my oldest son and he was like, well, what are you about to do?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I guess I just gotta chill.
What's your deal with, are you allergic to bees?
No, man, I just scare easy.
Why are you such a pussy?
Right, that's the whole thing.
Is that what your brothers say?
I scare easy.
Are you scared of spiders?
I'm not scared of anything when I see it.
You scared of a mouse?
No.
What about if it came running under the seat at you?
If I was sitting here right now.
Yeah, and it came under that couch and came running at you.
No, as long as I saw it, I'm fine. I would even pick it up.
All right.
But things that touch me when I'm not expecting it,
Right.
I just scare easily, right?
You're jumpy.
I'm jumpy.
Do you think it's just like a safety precaution? Like you're like Jason Bourne over there? Like you're just ready to save yourself?
I think that's maybe what it is. It's maybe... Actually, I would love to give myself that credit. I
Right.
just think I'm a little bit of a pussy.
Do you think
Are you the youngest?
I'm the
Your
youngest
brothers?
of
You
four
must be.
boys, so I'm
Yeah.
a little jumpy. You know, my
Have you ever had a
brothers-
fight?
Have I ever been in a fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not with your brothers, with like other people?
Yeah, I'm 4 and 8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
not
so
great.
like street fights?
Yeah, here's the deal.
Are you angry?
No, not at all. But
Because there's comedian guys, they're
I
like
have-
secretly
I
angry
have
and sad, you know?
I have 3 older brothers.
Yeah.
So one thing I never learned how to do was to stop talking and to walk away. I just
Okay.
was never
Do you
taught.
drink?
I used to.
Okay, well, so you had a problem with it.
I just had a problem with never. The last fight I got into was in. It's funny. I was just talking to. I was talking to my buddy about this yesterday. The last fight I got into, I was in Seattle,
Yeah.
and I was running my mouth to this dude.
Yeah.
And he.
Why?
Because I was.
Are you like a bully?
No, dude.
Why were you being so mean?
I was. He and I used to work together.
Yeah.
And we were out on the street in Seattle. And he said something to me. And like I said, you know, I'm from the Northeast. I got a couple of older brothers. So sometimes when I'm talking, people think it's a little more aggressive than it is. But you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I said something to him that was insulting. And his girlfriend laughed at him.
Yeah.
And that was enough for him.
He's a comic as well.
He's not a comic.
Oh, okay.
And
Is he a writer?
No, this was in Seattle. He was just a large dude.
He was like a grunge
And
singer.
I should have known better than because listen, under no
Fuck you.
no. Under no day ever. It was the president of the United States. It's more embarrassing.
Oh man.
The dude hit me probably 4 times before I fell. I woke up with shoe marks.
Yeah.
But I saw him 2 weeks later, and he came down to the place the restaurant that I was running, and he walked in and he apologized. And I said, "What do you apologize for?" I said, "I ran my mouth. You shut it." Like I'm not the guy who's
man.
do you know what I mean? That was 100% my fault. But it was the last fight I was ever in because I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I guess stop drinking. That's when I started smoking more. And because to me it was always fun. But
Yeah.
I never knew where the line was to stop. And then if somebody challenged me to a fight, it's just not how I go.
Gotta have a
to
weird
walk
little
out.
angry thing in there, though.
No, because I'm a terrible fighter, and I don't like.
Yeah, but that it proves it that you take people on. I mean, sort of like you're. I feel like people that are terrible fighters that lose fights all the time have like this weird energy in them where instead of just saying, "Yeah, man, you're probably right," you say "fuck you," something insulting.
Yeah,
because
I
you're
used to,
because you're like, I'm not going to back down.
That was the thing. I for whatever reason, and I've outgrown that word.
No, it's not so bad to back down.
Not so. It's actually probably the best.
No, I'll get put in my place by somebody that I know I can destroy.
Yeah.
Because I'm like.
But were you always like that?
I was always scared of fights because my father was a very scary person, so I would have a lot of anxiety, and I didn't know why about people fighting, and then I was always scared about it when I was in skateboarding, and then I sort of just started training to face it because I was so scared of it. Every time it ever happened, people always thought, "Oh, you're Australian, you're a big guy, you got a lot of tattoos." I mean, I was drunk a lot, so people would punch me in the head for being annoying or knocking something over, but I never was like...
But that's the same with me.
I just went with it. People were like, "Yeah, he's crazy," and I was insecure, so I was like, "Yeah, you don't want to fuck with me, but you I was terrified always.
See, my thing is that
Still am.
And so am I. But
I just train now, so I'm like, I have like a certain amount of confidence
Right.
where I'm like, well, I just know that I can stop you from doing anything. I'm not thinking about hurting you. I'm like, if somebody's trying to fight me, I'm like, you don't know how to fight. I can tell. I'm like, if I don't have to really worry about this so much.
I guess when I was younger, the fear of what somebody thought about me walking away was worse than the fear of getting punched.
Yeah, that's why I feel like losing. People get beaten up at a bar and you're like dealing with it for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
it's just you know what I mean? Like shit happens. It's like your ego is so. I think one beatdown is not enough. I feel like one beatdown can scar a man and they might not recover from it. If you get beat down enough in a place where you can understand it, like at a gym, I think it's so much, like to me getting beaten down, if you beat me I don't know how this would happen because I'm not going to do it, but if you did beat me up, someone just beat me up in a restaurant or something, it's not as big a deal as it is.
Like a Chipotle?
Yeah, if I did go to Chipotle, well, my daughter could make me go to Chipotle, and then someone beat me up, I'd be like, whatever. I'll just get up and be like, that guy's pretty good.
Not the ideal place to get beat.
No, that's what I mean.
A little bit of insult to injury.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense though. If I was gonna get beat up, I could see it would happen at Chipotle.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think the worst restaurant to get beat up at would be? I think a mall food court would be the worst because there's just too many people.
No, mine's a place
right by Hot Dog on the Stick.
Yeah, there's a lot of young people there, and there's kids, and I think the mall food court would be the worst.
Man, I don't want to. This is a really weird thing, but on the weekend I rented a Lamborghini and I was with my wife at an expensive restaurant that I only go to when I'm trying to go to it's a nice place, lunch, and one of her exes that had done really, really bad things to her was there from years ago. And as soon as she saw him, she freaked out, and I knew, and I was like, okay, I could just fucking wreck this guy right now. He didn't even know me. I got a hoodie on. I could just go over there and fucking smash this dude's face in, and I was heart pumping, and I'm like, the waiter gonna get me? I'm like, people gonna get me? Is there cameras in here? And I'm like, what are you thinking about, dude? Like, your whole life, you got kids, you can't think that. But you thinking if I had a fight there, because I love that place, and people like I go there because it's like relaxing, but it would never be relaxing to me ever again if it was the place that a dude beat me up at. I would never want to go there again because I'd feel like the waiter go, oh man, that guy got stomped last week. That was crazy.
You might get a free dessert every time you go.
I do not want it. Even worse, to signify that you know it happened, I do not fucking want a dessert at all.
There's a lot of bad restaurants to get beat up at. Chuck E. Cheese is bad, but you should back
Chuck E.
down.
Cheese is more common.
You should back down at Chuck E. Cheese.
Fuck
Nobody
yeah.
should be fighting in front of
I
children.
bet you
And it
there are
happens.
more fights at Chuck E. Cheese
we
than
report on them.
almost any other place.
Yeah, but that's not real. That's not fair. It's kind of.
I think getting in a fight at
you serve-
Benihana is kind of funny.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah,
They just flip shrimp at you.
The worst place I can think of is there's a chain out here, the Melting Pot.
Oh yeah, the fondue.
All fondue.
Well, if you got-
ass kicked in fondue.
like actual hot melted cheese on you while you got beat up.
Just getting your ass kicked
Insult to
while
injury.
some like middle-aged divorcees out on a lady date with each other are dipping strawberries in
What
chocolate.
if they poured the cheese on you and then dipped a little food because they?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like when
that's a tough
you're knocked senseless and you can't get up and you can just hear him yelling that you're a bitch, and then you feel melting hot cheese on your face, and your wife's like, "Stop it!" You think that's the fucking nothing worse
Wait.
than that.
I was going to
ever.
also say Fogo de Chao.
I'm gonna have a fucking nightmare.
I was also going to say Fogo de Chao, but now that the Salt Bay guy has his own Fogo de Chao knockout, getting your ass kicked at Salt Bay's restaurant in New York,
Or just getting
and
beat up
put
by
it-
that guy
and you put a
anywhere
sprinkle
on the
salt you
planet.
when you're done.
Yeah, I think I think any kind of chain, like a Red Lobster, is a tough place.
I don't
to
think
get
it's that
beat up.
bad. I think when it's the more ghetto it is, the more it's easier to stand up afterwards
But what if somebody
and
chokes
walk
you over with a
out.
lobster
To
bit?
me, like getting stomped at a barber shop, like where people get stomped. Like I'd be like, "You alright, man?" I'd be like, "Yeah, whatever." You know what I mean? Chuck E. Cheese, fuck, you alright? Yeah, man, whatever. Like uppity places where people never seen that shit before and they're horrified. I don't want to deal with horrified
People fighting
people.
in three-piece suits, like that kind of place.
Well, if they fight, I'm fucking laughing my ass off. But I don't want to get stomped in like a fancy restaurant because I feel like everybody's freaking out. You know what I mean?
It's more of a scene for sure. Like, if there's a fight at Applebee's, people are like, yeah. Well,
I feel like it's happened.
Yeah, oh, for sure it's happened.
Cheap food and alcohol.
It's not a great combination.
It's where you're allowed to have a fight. Well, you're not allowed to have a fight. It's just where it's like...
It's more commonplace.
Yeah.
It's not like...
It's darker.
Yeah.
You know,
the food's all empty calories. If you're just going to have like an appetizer plate, you're basically eating nothing. But the drinks are legitimately high. Yeah. Or a
at Olibe's. Yeah, all of them.
Hula Hands. Yeah.
Hula Hands? I don't even know what that is.
East Coast?
No.
Really?
Hula Hands?
Get him, Michael.
It's a Jersey thing.
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Outback. They didn't even have an Outback Steakhouse. I found that here, so I don't. What the fuck? You don't know. It's not real, people. I don't know if you know that, but we don't even have one.
You know, he and I went to the same college.
Andrew and you
went to the same college.
And was he like a fucking asshole?
Well, he graduated after I graduated, but I was just telling him this story about, you know, there was a park in between our campus and the late night place where we all used to get drunk and go eat, where I had sex with the first grown woman. Because you know when you're...
Was it Andrew?
Yeah. It might have looked like Andrew with a wig, to tell you the truth. I was working at a place called Dick's Last Resort, and this woman was like 30, 31. So when I was 19, that is an old... That's like... I was like, this is a grown-ass woman.
Yeah.
She said, let me drive you back to campus.
Yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah. And she said, let's pull in the park here. And we were in her van. I was
Yeah.
like, hell yeah. The first sex with a grown-ass woman scared the shit out of me. It was the first time I'd ever have sex with someone who kind of knew what the fuck she wanted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And had direction.
Yeah, I've been molested all my life, so I totally get it.
Yeah, it's frightening.
They just take control. Yeah.
And thrust back.
No, yeah, they fight. Yeah, they do thrust back. That was the first time anybody had been like, oh, you're in this too? Okay, so we're doing this together? Oh, and nobody had ever talked to me like that before. Nobody had ever grabbed my neck. I mean, I could have fucked her forever because I was too scared to come.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What's this got to do with Andrew?
Oh, I was telling him that's the part that we were...
Did Andrew fuck the same lady before or what?
We were talking about our we used to eat at this place called Taco Cabana. You go to...
No. Wait. Maybe. Do they have him on... Is there one in Boys Town? Which is like taco margarita place? Well, then no.
Houston, Dallas. It's the... We were trying to figure out how to open up a franchise here because it's the best fast food taco Mexican place with queso that tastes good. It's fire out of your asshole the next day.
Anyway,
so good.
What's up with it? Wait, so you guys are buddies from that place?
No, man. I'm telling you, he's like 14, 15 years younger.
Do you know him, Andrew, from school?
No, but it's such a small school.
Yeah.
I felt like, hey, yeah, you went to Trinity, so did I.
It's like a 2,000 person school.
So were you a waiter at Dick's? Were you insulting this lady before
Yes.
she... Is that how you turned her on?
Yeah. It was my favorite job ever.
Yeah. Have you ever been to that chain, Jason?
Who?
Dick's Last Resort?
No, I never even heard of it.
Everybody on the staff insults you?
Yeah, they're called Dick's.
Oh.
You're expected to be an asshole to the people that you're waiting
I never heard of it.
Oh, it was the best job I ever had.
I can see that.
Can you
You're
cuss?
the right guy.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You can say a guy on a $195 tab left me $200. And I took the $5 bill and I lit it on fire and I followed him out of the restaurant telling him he needed his change more than I do.
Yeah.
And the manager was like, that's the best one. We got to get people to start doing that more. And I was like, this is the best.
Wow.
I almost got beat up by a drunk Secret Service agent because we took the insults a little. We were supposed to insult him. And this guy was not having it. They ended up having me leave work early and go out the back. My manager was like,
he was going to kick your ass.
Yeah, he was like, you got to get out of here.
It's
right
weird
now.
that you would go to a place to get insulted and then be
Insulted
offended.
that you were. It's like when people get insulted at a comedy club. I don't understand. It's happening more and more where people leave comedy clubs offended. Like, if somebody listened to your show and got offended, you'd be like, hey, you have Google, right? It takes 2 seconds to figure out what we're doing. But people get offended at comedy clubs every weekend and walk out of there. It drives me
Are
crazy.
you saying people get offended after they heckle you, or you're saying that people will just get up and leave because they're offended at what you're saying?
Well, it's two different things. One, I definitely hear after shows, and my shows, to get offended at my show is like, I don't even know how that happens.
Right.
People have left when we get into a little tete-a-tete.
But you're pretty nice.
I'm generally pretty nice until I'm not.
Okay.
And then but for me, I tell like long stories. So my interaction with the crowd is usually pretty minimal.
Okay.
But people get offended at just words now. Like, if I used the word retarded in a joke.
Yeah.
But the joke was more about people making fun of retarded kids.
Mm-hmm.
Someone would just get offended for the word. Even if the whole joke was or the joke was insulting people who were insulting this crowd.
Yeah.
The word insults people.
You're saying that's changed. It never used to be that easy to insult.
Well, people would listen to an entire joke, or at least listen to the intent of your joke, and not just cherry pick words and sentences and then make that offensive, as opposed to listening to the whole message. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you something about that? Now, that's a good example, right? So we used to throw around retarded, and it was no big deal.
Yep.
Nobody was making fun
The
of
song about it, Michael.
of mentally challenged
Right.
people. And now everybody's got the message that, well, if you think about it, here's why it's not cool. Do you feel like the majority of people who take offense to that word at one of your shows are genuinely, deeply hurt by the use of the word, or do you think that people just have gotten the message that I am supposed to be offended by this?
Both. But the last time it happened, and I take it to heart differently. So this one woman came up after the show, and she was the woman who had been driving me to and from the club. And somebody at the club said, just so you know, Teresa's son is mentally challenged. So I know
I
you're
thought you
not
were going to say the woman who was driving you was.
Yeah, I wish.
It's an edgy drive.
She's actually mentally. I don't know if you realize that. I was like, what?
Severely.
I was wondering why we were on the wrong side of the road. But she.
I mean, she got in the back seat. What didn't set an alarm off
I
there?
don't know why she put her keys in the trunk, but it just happened.
So we got in the car. Not so much a car as a small bus.
Yeah, and with pedals,
Anyway.
a motor. But the guy was like, "Hey, man, her son is mentally challenged."
Yes.
And so I asked her. I said, because I just used the word.
Yeah.
When I was describing somebody, and I said, "Did that offend you?" And she said, "It really offended me." And I
Yeah.
said, "Can you tell me why? So you can, because I'm not an asshole,
Right.
and I really want to be educated."
You're just stupid.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And I want to be educated why, and if I'm wrong, I don't mind being told I'm wrong.
And what'd she say?
She said it has, basically, if I'm going to paraphrase.
Yeah.
She was like, it since my son is it has that, right?
Yes.
It's almost like you are making it a negative. And what he is not negative. And that was the simplest way she could put it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that made sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
That made, because she said, you're making a joke, or you're making a negative out of my son. And I'm here to tell you that he is not a negative. That was the first time it ever made sense to me. It was the first, and I didn't say the word for the rest of the weekend, obviously. And it really made me think, because I never want that, right? This is this woman's son. She can't help it. He can't help it. And I'm not trying to make it seem like what he is negative.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was the first time it ever landed. Because I had heard before, it's not politically correct. You know, I'm like, come on with this, everybody. It's a real word. It's a real word.
Yep.
It's not a slang word. It's a real word. So it's, if you use it correctly, it seems like a word you should be able to use. And she really opened my eyes a little bit with that.
Yeah, it's weird because I wouldn't even say, because I got the same schooling for years ago from the radio show. So I would say, mentally challenged and P-tard and all these other things that I've desperately tried to steer myself through the years on the radio. But I mean, if you're mentally challenged, you don't call your mentally challenged son retarded.
Right.
You call him mentally challenged. So retarded is almost like it's not your word anymore. That's like that's like a disrespectful word. The doctor doesn't say that, right?
No.
Maybe this is split.
Well, I think mentally retarded. I don't think
fuck,
that
we have to
is. I don't think that is a. I think that's a proper term. Like, you call somebody mentally retarded.
I don't think you do. I think
I don't think they do anymore.
Yeah.
To me, very, very quickly.
Really?
Dude, I mean that I'm.
Yeah.
You don't want to fucking trust me, but that's the one. That's the one I'm going with.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I think I know.
We gotta go.
Oh,
okay.
Thanks for coming by. Come by again when we have more time
guys.
to talk.
Thanks you for having me. I appreciate it.
You are at Josh Wolf Comedy on both Twitter and Instagram. At your comedian JoshWolf.com, and it's where everybody can get all your tour dates.
Can I plug one thing?
Please.
Go,
I
quick.
do a show on Facebook Live, a talk show every Tuesday night called Controlled Chaos. It is bananas fun. It's like an adult Pee-wee's Playhouse. Man, I would love for you to come on.
Yeah.
We do it Tuesday nights. It's a shit ton of fun.
I don't have kids on Tuesday nights. I'll do it.
There you go.
Everybody enjoy the rest of your day and don't die.
Okay, so maybe this is like totally splitting hairs and shit, but to me, people are differently abled, right?
Yeah.
So people are just because it doesn't make sense doesn't mean people can't get offended. That's a whole separate conversation. But a mentally disabled kid is doing the best he can with his abilities.
Yes.